No,
Okay.
why can't I see you?
It's because the camera froze. I'm restarting it now.
Oh, that's fucking. Oh, there he is!
Magic!
Donald appears. That was terrifying.
That was weird.
Right,
if you want to get started, I've got to get food in like 2 minutes, so I'll transition it for you if you want to start.
Yeah, just transition it over. What, Scott?
I was going to say, we will not be as well waiting for him to get his food and everybody sorted and stuff.
No, he's going to do a recap.
Yeah, I'm going to do a recap of the previous session.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, now I'm hungry. Fuck you.
I'm not. I made chili.
Chilla!
Yep. Right, I'll transition you over to the origin tree, and you can put your tokens up there.
Holy shit.
Okay.
You're just like camping next to it.
Yeah,
Fucking world.
you are over here.
No. I am over here. I am chilling.
Oh yeah, you're actually there. You know, just for my own peace of mind, since you're actually in it, Seb, I'm gonna put you like right there, because it looks like you're nestled in. Rather than like just you're just comfortable. Yep. Vex is yep. And Ari is still staring at this set of armor.
Mate.
That you asked him to keep
You
watch
know what
on.
I'm picturing, right? I'm like asleep and I wake up and I look up in the tree and I just see like a massive rock just looking down at me. Just like, tasty snack.
I need to actually ask Sean something. Did Ari sleep?
He did.
Well, we decided that he would pass out.
Right,
Yeah.
that's fine. It's because obviously if you were like, nah, he's staying up, then he would take a point of exhaustion.
You have 2 levels of exhaustion.
He would have
Oh,
to.
he would have
already
two
had
of
one,
them,
yeah.
That's rough. Move him over.
If you're going to recap, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. hopefully.
Yeah, I will. We'll just get started then. So, from last week, you guys woke up on another wet and damp morning in the town of Dark Hollow. You all had some breakfast in the inn before setting out on your day's journey. You decided to travel to the general store to buy some items that you may need for your journey ahead. After everything was purchased, you walked over to the group of loggers and you met some guards who gave nods of respect towards the members who fought in the fighting pits. Bodo, the designated leader of the loggers, greets you and hands you axes just in case you were needing them, along with specially designed wooden stakes. These are designed to hold candles on top for your necessary journey. As you all began your trek through the dark hollow swamp, the air of the swamp is heavy and humid. Insects are buzzing. The trek through the dark hollow swamp is difficult and long, arduous. The humid air makes your clothes uncomfortable, but for the most part, you trudge through, making your way through the swamp so the locals can create the pathway to the coast. As half the day passes, you all stop to take a short rest under some trees when Dinoc says he sees some strange lights that are dancing in multicolored patterns. As this is pointed out to the group, they all felt an urge to follow these lights to see where they would lead. As minutes passed, you all walked along this path that the lights seemed to follow. You all came upon a bridge crossing a dirty bog-ridden river. The lights seem to stop in the centre of this bridge and they start to spin faster and faster, and a low hum was given off. This high-frequency noise, it makes a few of the members fall to their knees. As this humming and spinning subsides, a portal opens up and a figure walked out. A new member seems to have joined the party, a drow named Drin. Drin introduces himself to the group and asks, the group asks him if they wish to join them on their expedition. He accepts. After the introduction, Ari dutifully sprinted across the bridge, only to stumble upon a large, partially destroyed tower. No visual indication that anything in the tower shows signs to you. Valeria and Ari travel inside the tower. As they're travelling inside, they hear a scream that seems to emanate from the second floor. They rush in, weapons in hand, only to find the room empty. As this is happening, Vex suddenly screams in pain as he is slashed down the back from neck to base of spine. That's the word I was looking for. From a creature that was otherwise unseen. Combat ensues. They find a locked chest that contains some items. As they make their way back to the loggers, they are greeted by giving them a short break, and the group join them. After about an hour, you all continued the rest of your day until it was so dark that Dinoc had to light his lantern only to be assailed by insects. You all eventually stumbled upon what looked like a grove in the middle of this huge, massive swamp. In the center of this grove was a massive, massive tree. You all felt a weight being lifted off your shoulders. The air felt lighter near this tree. Valeri detects slight pulses of celestial energy coming from the tree. The loggers are met by Dinoc and Valeri, and they all tell. Fuck off, Sean. They all tell of this huge tree. A small group from the main loggers break off and run towards the designated area. They are awestruck by this tree, so they choose to camp here for the night, giving the tree some respect. As they're bedding down for the night, they share a legend about the tree and its beginnings. This is the origin tree. As you're all about to sleep, Drin suddenly grips at his chest, grabs his coat, and the portal that he entered with seems to spawn. As the group stare at the bright light where Drin seems to vanish, you guys all take a long rest and wake up very early in the morning, roughly 5 a.m. The morning is yours. What do you want to do?
I'm still asleep. I'm just like skeletal arms, just like.
I look up. What do I see?
You see just this towering tree with many different arms branching off of it. Lots of greenery and red lights coming off. Red leaves, sorry. And a sort of mist that seems to emanate from the boughs of the tree itself. There's so many different branches coming off, and you can hear the very low chirping of birds from up above. That's what you see.
Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
Rightio. I mean, I'll get up.
Yeah, as you get up, you do smell, before you see, the smells of breakfast being cooked.
Breakfast.
This seems like a normal thing for people of this town to be up so early. So
I'll be
Bodo
up,
Follow my
is
but I'll be hanging in my tent, just like refreshing my psychic abilities, just being like.
Harry's
Bodo.
just asleep with his teddy.
Bodo is cooking breakfast. He's cooking sausages and eggs, and he has brewed the same type of liquid coffee for use. He also has some bread for the rations of the loggers that are all camped around this tree. He hands you a few plates, or he hands you a plate, Valeri, since you have approached him first, and goes, "Good morning, here's have some food."
Good morning, Bodo. Thank you. Much appreciated.
That's no bother.
It was a restful night then, Bodo.
Oh yes, being so close to this tree brings me great peace.
I must say it was quite a comfortable rest for me too.
Yeah.
I'll be
Quite
up
some
at this
energy that thing is radiating.
Yeah, this is a legend. This tree is to always be protected. Now that we've managed to get here, we can set up a watch and make sure that nothing tries to befall this tree.
Sounds like a plan.
At this point, that's when I come out of the tent and see that it's been ready.
Oh, good morning! And then he walks over and hands you a plate of some sausages and eggs and bread and stuff as well, and a cup of coffee.
Sit down. At any table if there's a table, or I'll sit.
Wow,
at
there's
the edge
no
of the
real
fire.
table. There's a few barrels that you can sit on, like
I'll sit
some
at the edge
wee
of the
small
fire
wooden
then,
boxes
like
and stuff.
cross-legged.
That's no bother.
So Harry wakes up to the smell of bacon.
Oh boy.
He just stumbles over, one teddy in hand. Just like, can I have some bacon, please?
You sure can, Harry. And you see him grabbing an extra handful of bacon from his pack, throwing it on the large skillet-like frying pan and just frying it off really quickly for you because it's roaring hot. Takes all this fresh bacon off. It's a literal small mound of fried meat.
Some bacon.
He hands you the plate and just says, "Enjoy it."
This is relevant right now because I am eating.
You can see from where you're sitting that the pathway is coming along quite nicely. All the loggers are really good at their job by creating this path. I mean, it's basically it's like cut the time of traversing from where you are to the town in a few hours rather than nearly a day and a half or a day. Sorry. As you are eating away, you hear Bodo say to one of his colleagues, "Tell you, drows are weird. Strange flashes of light before the night went out. Strange bloody creatures, them."
Listening in.
Enoch hears him specifically.
No, I'm just thinking to myself, I wonder where he is.
Yep. Is Vex up yet?
No, but he's gonna wake up now. He's
Right,
just kind of just opens his eyes. He's like, oh, I smell.
Yeah, I think your camera's frozen again.
Fucking camera.
It's fine, it's not a big deal, bud. Yeah, so Bodo sees you get up and dismiss the giant bloody skeletal arm.
I stand up and like stretch, and the arms like go up and stretch with me, and then like just come down just slowly, so I just drip away into the
Yeah.
ground.
What's that one, that Vax?
What you do see as this like bloody viscous liquid drips onto the ground is it steams away and there's no marks left on the ground. So it's not like a puddle of blood, it just disappears, so then it's not marring the grass, it's still all green and flowery.
Pleasant.
It's like, I smell bacon.
Yep. He sees you getting up and then walks over to you and hands you, "There you go, lad," and hands you a plate of bacon and other sort of assorted meats and a cup of coffee as well. Literally sticks his face in it. Like basically what Ari is doing at the moment. Ari is just picking this plate up and like.
I'm gonna
picking at it.
I'm gonna grab maybe 2 of my javelins.
Mhm.
And my armor's still in the tent. I'm
Mhm.
gonna take the javelins and then I'm gonna walk to the edge of the forest and I'm gonna try to find maybe a deer or a rabbit or something to hunt.
Okay. Roll me a survival check.
Hey, you find
First
yourself
roll.
a perfect table of meat.
Oh, it's the grizzly!
First roll, not 20.
First roll, natural 20.
Go, baby.
I should have given him disadvantage. Balls. So,
Why?
as the lady seems to go on his own into this forest, he just walks in with 2 javelins, 1 in each hand, and he's walking for maybe 5 minutes before he hears it's hard to like a chirp, we'll say.
Mhm.
I don't know what sounds deer make. Like a
Yeah, they make weird.
like
A
a
rustle in the leaves or something.
yeah, rustling the leaves, and he crouches down and sees a large buck walking past ever so quickly. 2 javelins, near simultaneous, 1 in the neck, 1 in the back, drops it down, dead.
I'll pick it up with our javelins and I'll throw it over my shoulders and I'll walk back into camp.
Bodo seems quite distressed of how fast that happened. He's like, that's all right, okay.
You know, Bodo, they teach you quite a thing, you know, in the army, and I'll like buff lay it down in front of the entire group. I don't know which one of you is adept in skinning creatures, but here you go, maybe some breakfast for tomorrow.
That's impressive. Bodo, there's not like any like sacred holy deer around here, is there?
Spirit animal.
As you ask him that, he kind of goes, "I'm not too sure."
If we get some, pointy-eared, like wood leaf lickers after us, we'll know.
We're concerned the big tree might destroy our fucking souls.
Roll me a wisdom save. No, I'm joking. As you all finish up your breakfast, Bodo leaves your immediate vicinity for about 5-10 minutes, and then after another 5 minutes, he comes back with a small bundle of those familiar steaks, hands them to the nearest person to him, which would be Ari,
Oh god.
and he just goes,
Goodbye, steaks. We barely knew you.
He hands them to you, and he goes, "Don't eat them."
Okay.
Video call was the worst choice. It's the fact to see his face. It's just the worst. And it just goes, these are for the last leg of your journey. You've not got far now, but we will still need a path. And he hands you the 4 stakes, or wooden stakes, not edible stakes. You can either keep a hold of them and mark them in your inventory, or you can hand them to someone else.
I'll just put them up.
I literally thought he was just coming in with like raw like venison steaks. I was like, I was like, we
No.
barely need you.
No, he's a logger, not a butcher.
Oh, because I just plopped down the fucking.
Yeah. Yep. I also, as this is happening, you see 2 or 3 of the men of the group coming over. One being a dwarf, and 2 of them being quite burly humans. Pick the deer up, pull the javelins out. It's a large deer. It's about. It's a big male. It's a big male deer. So it's got the huge antlers and all that stuff. It's massive for
A
it.
stag, Jordan. A stag.
Yeah, fuck you. I don't know deer. I'm a butcher. I'm not a fucking.
Stag.
That-
Doe.
Yeah, well, stag though. Anyway, yes, the dwarf takes the spears, the javelins out, hands them to you, and the 2 humans then share the load and start walking the pathway back with one of the guards back towards the town.
Watch
They're
out
gonna
for
take it all
hags.
out? Didn't it
Yeah,
like?
they're gonna walk. Yeah, they're gonna walk about to town.
Eight
There's no one here that can skin it and properly skin it. These are all loggers. They're not butchers and like tanners and stuff like that.
So I'm assuming
Transport
everybody's prepping
So,
for the move.
like my definitely thought deer is now just gone.
Yeah,
Cool.
this deer that just imaginarily, like, just randomly appeared next to the sacred grove that you decided to impale is now being taken back to town to be properly dealt with.
And did we find out that it was a special deer work?
Well, maybe you could shout at them to bring back the meat.
No, it's fine. They can have it.
What do you think are the chances they'll take the holy deer back to town and we'll come back and the whole place will be on fire because of some angry god?
Like, right, guys. I think we made a little bit of a mistake. Suddenly, like,
in
just
that case, I was never here. You
a
never
massive
saw me.
deer spirit
I
just
see
trampling the
nothing.
entire village.
I know nothing.
Dear God.
Oh no.
So as you spend the next part, I mean, it's roughly 5:30 in the morning. It's very early because you did go to your bed at a reasonable time. So yeah, so it's quite early in the morning. So it's around about 5:30. You spend your time eating your breakfast, getting prepared for the last leg of your journey.
Yep. Armor on and everything. Get everything back.
Yeah. I would assume you've now put all on your armor and everything like that.
Deconstruct head, hand it, attach it back to Harry's backpack.
Take the jacket. Pop it out.
So I will need a marching order for you guys going back into said swamp.
I'll go first since I'll be the one hacking away.
I just wanna not be in front, but be behind someone who's in front.
So you go in second.
Yeah.
I'll go
I'm
next.
kind of thinking maybe I should hold up the rear this time, just so we have some backline defense. I don't know.
I'll put you there, and Vex is
Because
there.
Peanut can be to tell me where to cut, because I'll end up just like going in a straight line and missing our destination, man.
Yeah, I'll be like the support guidance. It's like we're going this way.
Right.
Before we do depart on the next leg of our journey, are we going to talk about the elephant in the room? The
Yes.
our little dwarf friend, our little
Dwarf.
dark elf friend that just
Nah,
went-
mate. He came and he went. It is what it is.
I mean, is he gonna?
Is that why the inside of your tent looks like someone like Jackson Pollock, like all over you with white paint?
Ah,
Is he going to end up where he left? Or is he going to transport somewhere random like last time? What do you
Don't
think?
worry, guys. He's just, fact off again, and I'll come back later.
I wish I liked him. He was different.
That's nice.
I mean, you could like that
He-
portal could take him off into deep
he was
space.
a nice
and he could
lad, yeah,
reappear
don't
in
get me wrong.
10,000 years.
Don't worry, gentlemen.
I mean,
It's all
he's-
fine. I've seen this kind of shit before. He'll be back within no time.
I mean, he'll be fine because he did focus on protecting himself that one encounter.
But what if he's from the future and he's a time traveler?
I'll just look at
You know what
Ari
the
as
future is? Oh, shit.
mate. Like, how did you even like what?
Where'd you learn that from?
Suddenly, like, Valeri's very confused as to maybe Ari's just putting up a show.
It's too early in the morning to start getting into temporal mechanics.
Spoiler alert, I'm
You
Hodor.
see him- when you saw him when he was raging,
On the door.
it's like a completely different person. Anyway, shall we move?
No.
Okay, bye.
So, as you all venture into the last part of the swamp, so you guys have come up, like here.
Them logs.
Yeah, I had to add in some trees just to kind of fill the actual map
You
itself.
say here, aye.
Yeah, you're up this way. You're up this way.
With those trees classed as cover.
No,
Yes.
basically these trees are like fallen trees in the swamp itself. So
And
you
could hide behind them.
can hide behind them or you can cross over them essentially.
If you
Right,
hide
so
as a
it's-
cover.
Marching orders.
Yes.
Abby,
So
Dinoc, myself, and a gap,
shit.
and then Valeri.
So just put you guys wherever you fancy, as long as you follow the marching order. So, as you venture through the thick tangle of vines and branches, sometimes Ari needs to use his axe to cut through particularly tough parts. This is by far the toughest part of the journey. There's large pools of murky bog water that seem to shift and bubble. Dark heavy canopies lie above you. The only sounds you hear is the clinking of shifting plates of armour from the various companions that surround you all. After around another hour of travel, you come upon this massive, expansive lagoon of murky, thick, stagnant water. There's pockets of insects, thick swarms of insects flying above it, buzzing, like lots of noise. The smell here is particularly strong. You can make out large patches of like dirt mounds coming out of the lagoon as well, with fallen trees that seem to act as makeshift bridges and connect parts of this lagoon to the other side. Yeah, so what do you want to do? These are on the banks of this lagoon
That
like.
might be a really good idea to use that insect repellent.
Do we know it's insect repellent though?
We
Yes.
do,
Yes,
apparently.
we do.
Yeah, you're from the swamp, you're from this area, you recognise what it is.
Wait, he's a giant green man in a swamp.
Yep. Yes, John.
Why'd you do this to me, Jordan?
Mind
I
blown.
just have to do it.
I'm
One
not
th- One thing Dinoc does pick up in the distance in this bog is this writhing, shifting, worm-like being in the distance. It's quite far off, but he can pick it up just with his scanning. He's quickly looking things out. What you can see is just this massive purple and black scaled like worm that's just writhing in circles and different patterns interweaving in this bog. Yeah, you can see that.
Right, so I see, what was it, like something writhing in the distance.
Basically, yes.
Where about on the map?
So you're there. It's like over here.
Right, okay. Right, I
So
immediately.
I'm just if I have give me a second, I might have something for just as like visual perspective. That'll work for me.
Oh god.
Oh shit!
That works for me.
Is
Is that a ball?
Is it as large as it appears?
Yeah.
Okay. I immediately tell everybody to stop. And I say,
Ever seen these before?
You haven't, no.
I've
And
always wanted to fight a giant one.
And then I go to the guys.
It's not seen yous. It's just about 200-300 meters away.
Has the player ever seen this before?
No.
So I'll get everybody to stop. I can get everybody to stop.
I'm
Yeah,
crouching down, shield up, ready to lose my shit.
And I'm
And goodbye.
yeah, done.
Nah,
I'm good.
flies.
he's
no,
committing to his
wow,
bet and no being
he's-
here.
Smell you later, suckers.
I'll point
Yeah,
it out.
yeah, it's about 300 meters away from you guys. So it is quite a distance, and it seems to be preoccupied with something.
So I point it out and I go, guys, there's something really big over there.
How big?
Stupidly big.
Do you know
Can
what
I
it
cut
is?
it down?
I don't believe so.
Describe it to me.
It's fucking big.
So what you do see is it has got from what you can make out with your eyesight, you can make it out that it's got like purple and black scales.
Okay.
But it's smothered in bog and muck, so it's hard to really get an accurate kind of
How far
figure
away is
for
it?
its size. Sorry?
How far away is it?
Oh, about 250 meters.
Meters?
It's quite far,
It's quite far.
but due to its size, Donald has managed to pick it out. So it is quite far away from you, and it doesn't seem like it's noticed you.
Do you know it's a worm? Do we know it's a worm?
Or do I know it's a
You
worm?
don't know?
So I just see a massive slithering thing that's purple and covered in bog shit. Right, I'll relay that to the party.
I mean, I kind of want to fight it, but at the same time,
I don't want to fight. I don't think we
I-
can take this on. I need to
I'd
either.
rather not.
I think the best course of action is to find a way around it, especially for the loggers.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah,
we should-
but
so
here's the
why
problem.
need bear?
If we cut through this, right, and then these fucking loggers come and check it out, and then they get eaten, we are in deep shit.
Do we go back and
Sure.
tell them?
Like, I think we need to get rid of this goddamn thing, because if we don't, we're gonna be in some trouble there later, you
We
see.
don't actually know that it's hostile, to be fair.
I don't.
No,
think we
that's
can
not the
take
point. If some fucking dumb fuck like logger just walks up to take a piss and suddenly gets eaten, we are in deep shit.
That's his fucking fault.
Another thing you do recognise as well, Dinoc, is down in this corner here, there seems to be like a half sunken structure
Okay.
of some sort.
Oh, more
So
hags.
I'll point it at the one.
More hurts.
I do not believe we are equipped to deal with something like that over there.
Well, only one way to find out.
No.
I start walking.
I
I'm
want
just
to
gonna
grab
like,
him.
grab the back of him with the
Yeah, like, I'll let Vex grab him.
Roll a strength check with advantage if you want to hold him back.
With advantage?
Okay.
Oh,
Well,
because
the two of them are trying to do it.
No problem, no problem. I'll counter strength check that shit. Athletics, right?
Oh god.
Let's go, baby! Let's go!
I'm gonna.
Literally adding something in.
Strength
Oh my god, what is that?
That's 2 nat 20s.
That's
And you rolled the
three.
wrong. You rolled the wrong one.
Valeri got the 20 when he was hunting the stag, and then
Y'all ain't shit. Valeria's just like, get the fuck off me. Woof.
Valeri keeps walking and the amateur's dragging him back, but he keeps walking forward.
oh my god, this was just for flavor.
Vex is sitting there like, this isn't working. Why is this not working?
I'm just gonna let him go. I'm just like, right, fine, bye.
I'm
You know.
gonna quietly enough so that the thing doesn't hear me. But Valeri hears me, and I'm like, if you go over there, you're going by yourself, and I'm not saving you.
I'm just going to say hi, that's all.
There's no saying hi to something like that. Look, instead of that, I see a structure over that way. Maybe investigate that instead.
But the structure ain't no fucking threat to the loggers. This thing is.
What if it's got more of those fucking visible fucks yesterday?
Invisible fucks? Oh, the hags?
Yeah.
Well, I don't fucking know, mate.
I
Like,
mean, the worm you can. The worm. The big, ugly purple thing.
You can make out that it looks like a giant worm, yes.
Yeah.
Just
I
for
mean,
at this point, I'm assuming I'm like 30 feet over there. So, like, can I see it now?
you can make it out, yes. But it seems to be slowing down in its writhing rotations and seems to be settling into the murk.
So I'm assuming I can also still see this. And,
Yeah, you can still see it, yeah. And since you pointed out, the rest of the group can see it.
I'm gonna pick up a pebble and I'm gonna throw it past it.
Okay.
I'm stealthing.
Roll. Would that be a sleight of hand check?
No, I think that would
Could
just be an athletics because he's launching a stone.
Maybe athletics?
Athletics?
Yeah, roll off an athletics check.
Alright.
Yeah, it works. Yeah. You know what? Give me a minute. I'll contest it. Just let me actually.
With a perception check.
not funny.
Let me just actually find out its stats because this thing wasn't meant like this.
Yes,
This
I'm trying to steer them away from it because I
No,
know what it
this,
is.
this was just added for absolute flavour.
I'm
Wanna
just
fight
gonna
it.
start taking a back step. I'm gonna tap line
Oh,
up.
Can
I
get
failed
rid
self.
of that?
Let's back away.
Nice stealth there, but like a mouse.
Right, I'm gonna just start like head towards the structure instead.
No, yeah,
You're
yeah,
heading towards the structure.
Yeah,
For
I'm
the
gonna
purposes of
slowly-
what I'm trying to do, I'm just trying to see what it's doing, like reacting to movement. Because I'm trying to discern if this thing is gonna eat anybody if we let it be.
Sneaky things.
I'm
I
in
don't
the
know how
right
to
mind
get its stats.
to go back and tell them.
Just purple worm. Literally search it up.
I was doing that, but
Just purple
Alright.
base worm on D&D Beyond.
I was doing that, but it wasn't coming up. That's fine. I'll try again.
It's literally the top of the fucking thing.
Yeah, well, I typed in giant worm. Whatever.
It can also be a young purple worm.
Right. What's its perception? Because I can't find it. What's it? You've probably found it.
Let's see.
Or what's its bonus?
Its passive perception. Its passive perception is 9, and its bonus is -1.
Yeah, it doesn't see that fucking. You're fine. It hears the rock bouncing off multiple other like hollow trees. So it gives like a boom, 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 boom as it stops in the swamp. You see the form starting to rise back up, and since you've moved closer, it turns around and you can now see its maw, and it's just huge.
Clear maw out.
Wow, yeah, I did. It's got a massive, massive fanged mouth that's probably around. You know what? Just for visual perspective, gentlemen, I can actually show you. You know this image right there?
Yep. Accurate.
That's what he's looking at.
No, that's actually smaller than normal.
I know, but it's gargantuan in size.
Correct.
So large.
Huge. So it's big.
I'll turn
And-
around and go, right, gents, I don't think we should fuck with this thing. Nah, just let it go. Let it be.
I mean, we've already fucked off, so.
Okay, as you turn around, you can barely make out as they are walking towards this cottage.
just see me
looking
going like
structure
this.
thing.
You'll see me just like picking up my armor and going.
So, if you're walking across, I will need you. Wait a minute, go back to your marching order so I can actually tell where people are. Yeah, so that's shallow there. Yeah, so as you're walking across, you make your way this way.
So I direct Harry to like, let's go in that
Yeah.
direction towards the structure.
So, can I get everybody to make a perception check, please?
Me too.
Oh yeah, you've rejoined them.
Okay.
Vex suddenly turns blind.
Wait until no. I'll average it. Yeah, you've managed. So what? As you were walking, Vex suddenly steps into, or on a wooden like log, like a fallen tree, and it suddenly shifts under the the bog itself. But luckily enough, with the group being around, I'll manage to catch him before he then sinks into it. He's just got a very dirty boot now.
Hell of a lot.
So you continue moving
I'll
down.
clean that up.
Eh?
No, I'm talking to Vex.
All right.
Clean that up, man.
As you are walking down, you are now here. If you all move like roughly in this direction, so if you move your
Yeet.
yeetus. Yep.
Eat
I'll put Ari there. Yeah, so you're walking down, and the writhing of the giant worm has subsided, and the silence now. All you hear is the buzzing of dragonflies and other assorted insects.
Just a quick thing. How far away are we from the loggers? Can you say?
You travel for about an hour, so about 4 miles.
Alright, yeah, there's no chance. I'm just sitting here like I could have connected with one of the loggers, but it only goes for a mile, so.
Alright, okay. Yeah, but you've marked two like stakes in the ground to where you are now, so you have 2 left after this.
Actually, so wait, no, like, did we mark one around here?
Yeah, you marked one as you were entering this, before you entered this massive lagoon-like bog.
Did you also say like we mark it with chalk or something like that? Like, do we mark?
You scratch, you find a tree or something nearby, and you impale the stake into the ground, put the candle on the metal top, light the candle, and then like scratch into a tree a specific direction.
Alright, good.
So like an arrow, if it pointing right or left or up or down.
I was about to write beware giant worm thing somewhere.
Chalk with me.
You could probably understand that these people living in this kind of environment would have knowledge of some of the hazards, mainly the bigger hazards in this kind of swamp-like area.
Bigger.
Yeah, so you spend another 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes walking further down till you see this large, dark tree that's half sunk into the water, or sorry, into the bog, and there is another dry patch on the other side, but you'll have to cross this giant fallen tree to get to the other side, to where this. As you get closer, you can now make it out that it is a building. Part of it is kind of on a decline a little bit, and the walls are all covered with on the outside they're all covered with vines, dark brown mold and green mold, things like that. There's no door, but it's pitch black inside. But yeah, if you want to cross over to the building, which is over here, you need to cross this bridge here.
Can I check the tree just to make sure that it seems kind of like stable?
Sure, make me an investigation check. With disadvantage because you're not in you don't know, you're in a swamp. Looks stable enough.
Seems stable?
Yeah, seems stable enough.
Really that the party.
Then before snap.
And I'm just gonna...
Yeah, I'm Valeri.
As you all look back towards where this giant worm was, you can see that it's gone.
I think actually, by considering the size of that thing, it probably roams all over this area.
I don't know what you guys are talking about. I never saw it.
Well, hi. It's,
Probably a good thing.
imagine something like
Didn't
this.
look very friendly.
Imagine something like this.
Yeah.
And it's just like covering, just like this instead. Just this
So
big.
it's this size, but this size.
Yeah, well, it's just massive.
You're confusing the boy. Leave him alone.
I'll
It's
point
like
at a tree.
gigantic-
I point at a tree. I'm like, see that tree over there?
Yeah.
See that tree over there?
Yeah.
Yeah, about that long.
Have you ever Ari,
Ah.
it's like a gigantic angry rope. Don't go near it.
Okay.
Anyway, let's check out this build, shall we?
At least not without us.
So,
we see a door. We see a crumpled building.
yeah, half crumpled, yeah. From this distance, you would need to get closer to inspect it further. Before you as you are crossing, I will need you all to make a dexterity check. Just a straight dexterity check.
Okay.
Please.
That's dexterity.
Goddamn.
Oh, wow. Just a straight dex check. Your attribute thing.
I slip.
Alright.
Oh my
So
goodness.
Vex. this.
Save
Yeah,
or
about that.
check?
Just a check.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So. Okay. Oh my god.
So we are all muddy and on our ass.
As you begin to, as Ari crosses the bridge-like structure easily enough without issue, one by one, Dinoc falls behind Ari, but loses his footing and falls into this bog that is now up to his chest. Yeah, it's roughly 3.5. As you can tell, Dinoc isn't a tall person, so it's up to his chest. It's about 3.5 feet deep. This bog. As this happens, Vex tries to rush up to the log, slips on some slime, poof, falls full force into this mud, this bog, and he stands up just head to toe smothered in this, and it's a little bit lower on him because he's taller.
X is just like,
Valeri, seeing all this transpire, does the same and rushes at this bridge, this fallen tree, sorry, jumps up on it, and his hands didn't much get grip, but as he's pushing himself up, he slides on the tree branch, on the tree itself, chest first, like a slide into a pool, just right under. As he comes up, Ari is waiting on the other side with his hands out. looking to help
I
people.
was hoping you'd be laughing at us standing on it.
He can laugh if he wants, but he's got his hands out looking to help.
I reach out and I'm like, help me, Harry, please.
you only move your account.
Because I'm stuck in this.
Dear Master, do not
So-
help you.
Am I face down or am I on my back? I'm like, what's it?
Oh, you went face down. Like, basically, think of this being like a tunnel. This is your the thing you just went.
Don't do it.
You went right in. Just
Is he still,
Right in.
is he
So
still
I
under
am-
it?
Head down in the bog with my feet sticking out.
well, yeah. For lack of a better word, yeah.
Cool.
Like you just
All
see
my
Valeri's
armor
feet.
is soaked and dirty, and all my shit is dirty.
Yep.
Can I try and pull him out of the armature? Just like,
You're still in there as well.
true. But
I literally can't do anything because if I'm face down into this bog, I'm just stuck.
he's
I can't
drowning.
move my arm. I can't go upside down because I'm top heavy because of the armor. Plus I have wings, which are even more complicated.
So I'll make it so Ari pulls out Dinoc because he's small enough. Just pulls him right out. With help from Dinoc and Ari, they pull out Vex, and from just like that. Yep. With help from the three of you, you each grab a foot of Valeri. Well, he's got two, but so it's like you and Ari and
It's just
Dinoc
that-
are
it's
on
the
one
high
foot.
pitched scream because Ari's holding onto his stub leg.
Yeah, Ari is gripped him of like the upper thigh. He's just gripping like right underneath his bum.
Do you have a tail?
I don't know. Does he have a tail?
Do you have a tail?
Do I have a tail?
I don't think we've actually never spoken about that.
You won't
I
after
think
that?
I do actually.
Okay, well your tail's sticking out. Ari grabs your tail.
Officially,
We'll go
I
with
think
it.
it is. Hold on.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But-
I do. I do have a tail. Yeah.
So Ari grabs your tail, Dinoc grabs your left foot, and Vex grabs your right foot, and all three of them, I'll not bother making them roll checks because it's the three people, just heave you out of this mud, and as you come up, you're just head to toe, even your horns, just everything smothered,
I'm just
And-
gonna take one look at him.
quote unquote, dog shit. On the plus side, only the insects are buzzing round Ari. They're not bothering you anymore. It has a benefit. But you do feel drained.
Yeah.
You all, like, with the people that fell in, you feel very lethargic and just just after this.
It's a good bit there.
You're all poisoned.
Ah.
Yeah, you are all poisoned, so mark that
Did you
down.
just fucking Blight Town us?
No. You all fell in a goddamn fucking fucking swamp.
I hate Whitecap. Absolutely buys that place.
1, 2, and 3.
What do you mark? that?
Poison.
Anyway.
I will.
I've wrote it down.
Well, this,
Poison gives you
will-
disadvantage on attacks and rolls, I think.
I will tell it.
I will
Yeah,
walk
okay,
up
okay.
to each one of us. I will put my hands first on Vex and Dinok, and
Mhm.
this you see my hands just glow and radiate a warm energy through your body, and you'll just like get like a sort of like a defibrillator shock. And then I'll do the same on myself. And I'll spend my lay on hand points to cure the poison from everyone.
Cool. So make sure you. I don't know how many it counts. Does it just count as one point?
No,
Or
5
is it
points. each,
5
but,
points, right? So you've got no points left.
Correct.
Right. Cool. Just mark that down. So you are now not poisoned. Fucking paladins.
They're wiping off some of the slop.
Look at that shit. I was fucking excited. Fucking poisoned. Bastard.
There's the slightly wiping off the slop. Now I turn to Blade and I don't suppose you have one of those magic tricks to clean us.
Fortunately, I do not, friend. But isn't this quite enough? The fact that you're not feeling like absolute gutter shite.
I mean, I'll take it.
Ah, that's pretty good. I'm gonna. I don't know
Don't
if
you
you're not
love me, Jordan?
So much. So much. It's unbelievable how much I love you right now. Bastard. So, as you move closer to the building, what you can make out is I'm just going to jump to it. So think about it. That's what it would look like from the front. So use it like here now. Obviously it's hard to get a decent image, so this would just have to do.
in the bottom.
Yeah, you're like down here. Yeah. Hold on,
Right.
since you can't actually like. Give me a minute.
Do you know
Yeah.
here like a fog war thing you can pick up? I'm sure.
You've got to be subscribed. You've got to buy the fucking
I'm sure there's
subscription
some
for.
kind of basic one you can. Like the dynamic lighting version is different.
That's
I
fine.
have
I can.
one, but the dynamic lighting is also weird.
That's fine. I can delete it. It's not a big deal.
Terrifically laggy.
Is it?
Dynamic lighting. Is
Oh right. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
that-
fine. I can delete that. That's literally just a shadow that I've. Just a token that I've.
Like you specified that as a shadow because otherwise Vex would take one look at that like rolling like fucking black fog like fucking nope.
Yeah, it's basically because you can't see inside this building yet. So yeah, I never thought of that. So as you get closer, you see a familiar sudden shift in air pressure and light.
Okay.
So it is about 6 feet above you, so round about here in this area. I'll just put a wee mark actually, freehand it. Whoop, here. You see that familiar light again, and the sparking of lights just like spinning in circles and spinning in circles.
I
As
just go like, oh, here he comes.
the lightning starts sparking off left, right, and centre again. You know, in Doctor Strange when he's standing there and he does that,
Yeah.
and you see the kind of thing
I was
opening
gonna-
up. It's essentially what you see, but brighter, with more lightning sparking off, and a familiar figure drops down.
Welcome back.
Dren's back.
Oh,
Hello again.
pleasure to see you again, friend. So I told you
Oh,
guys
yeah.
he'd be back.
Yeah, but like,
The lady's not there.
strange
Uh,
though is
not
how
on the map
is
yet, not
he
bad.
back in front of us specifically?
Well,
It's,
you see,
the trick.
it's
I
called
turn to Dren.
it's called magic, friend. Magic.
I turn to Dren and I'm like,
It's a
how do you
transdimensional
do
portal.
this?
That's
Oh,
my
it's-
secret to know.
Any specific reason why us?
Wizards. Fucking wizards.
You seemed friendly enough last time.
Did we, alright?
Fair enough. That was what I also say, like the whole Doctor Strange thing. When you were describing my knife hitting that hag one time, I immediately thought of like you can when the guys make like the glass reality blades,
Aye,
That's what I
pretty much
started
your
thinking of my
blades
knives
would, aye,
now.
that's what your blades would look like essentially.
but with like a green
I like the
tinge around
idea
the
that
edge.
that for the
What are you saying, Scott?
kind of like the Doctor Strange reference for the portal.
Yeah, just because it's what it kind of makes the most visual sense for people to understand easily enough. So, as you stand outside this cottage-looking building, you see on the outside just steps leading up. The door is in. There just darkness lies on the inside. Up the walls is like a vines just growing into the windows, uprooted from them all. Dark brown, greeny mold goes up the walls as well. There's no windows that you can see. Well, apart from the one at the front, sorry, next to the front door. That's where the vines go in. And there's a wild Claire. And she's alright.
It's like, we see you.
We see you, woman. It's going inside and up the walls. The one side of it is flat and square, whilst on to your right hand side you see a large cylindrical or half semicircle from what your visual perspective extension that leads out. But that's what you can see so far.
Okay. So, who wants to investigate? And do
I
suggest.
suggest we all do this time. I don't want to be sliced in the back again by some horrifying fucking swamp thing.
You'll be alright. I'll be in the back. Don't hang about.
Scott losing connection, I think.
Drin disappeared.
And another
portal.
portal.
What you see is Dren going another portal. Suddenly, another portal appears.
So,
No.
we're talking about everybody going in. I
She got
suggest.
muted.
Why is it I always join you people in the most pleasant looking places?
I suggest.
Dren reappeared. That's what you missed.
There's a
Dren
black
reappeared
monster
with a portal, like Doctor Strange style, about 6 feet in the air, but it was flat, and he drops down and lands, and he's like, "Hello there." Hello there.
There's a black demon in your room.
Kenobi.
What are you saying, Seb?
So there's a black demon in your room.
I know.
I'll go on to.
Hi.
There's my one.
So, girl, she's here.
Yeah,
She's
you
wanting
look at that one
attention.
there.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
maybe we should all
the Scottish
investigate
say
this
girl.
building.
Yeah. So what you see, Ari, is this large, semi-large, reasonable-sized building. The door's been panned in, so you can't see the inside. It's all shadowy, and there's like vines and dark green and brown mold going all the way up the building, like on all sides. And to your right, there's like a half semicircle-esque extension, and that's what you can see from your visual perspective there. But there is no door in the building, so you can walk in, but you just can't see anything inside.
There is no door. One less.
So how are we getting in here then?
I could try to break through the wall.
The door is literally not there.
Yeah,
We
I
just go
suggest,
through the wall.
I suggest
you-
carefully.
Make up a bit.
Jordan, can I walk up to the door and do an investigation check on it or something?
Yeah.
I'm going to walk up the steps.
We should cover.
Right,
we should
was it?
definitely cover-
I want you to take a
cover-
look at this
cover-
thing.
So roll an investigation check then, Drin.
Oh, you look, say. And then 1 point last time, so let's be mega point this time.
You see a door. A literal entryway. That's all you see.
It's just blocked.
Fine.
I'm in
But
the hallway.
What you can see, actually, with your superior dark vision, you can see the inside. So just for making life easier for you, you see this. You see this much. You
Alright.
can see the door on its back with vines and other mold overtaking it, rotting away with the environment that's in. You see a desk on the far side. I had to add in some tokens just to, fill it out a little bit more. You see a desk on the other side with various things on the top of it, and like a half-turned bed from this angle, and like another table that's on its side from this angle as well. Also, with your superior vision, in the desk, it looks on one of the drawers. It looks like there's like a piece of red, like silken, like it looks like a napkin coming out from, like as if you've trapped a towel in the drawer, coming out, and it stands out against the green and brown molds. So that's what you can see.
Can I relay that to the three behind me, just that there's things on the desk in front?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Still
Can
need
I
Is-
to get in there.
How big?
Just
How
going by
big
what
is
you've-
this building?
It's like
when
a
you were saying-
cottage, like a one-bedroom cottage. So it's not massive. It's enough for one person, really. Can you know if somebody went away to get peace and quiet to kind of study, we'll say. Yeah, we're in a swamp essentially. Yeah.
I suggest
gonna
we
fight
proceed
Snake.
with caution.
Is this Shrek's place?
I've just said that. We're gonna fight straight.
I think
Can I do
you'll
a quick define sense?
need to move your mic in front
Sure,
of you a bit
yeah.
more, Sean.
Go ahead.
Quickly, like I'll sit next, or I'll start like stand next to Drin,
Mhm.
and I'll say, right, Master Drin, how about you let me take a quick look, see, and I'll stand in the door opening, and then I'll do my define sense.
Put the description up for me as well, just so I can read it as well. All right, there we go. Hold on, I need
And
to
I'll
get this-
kind of like scan the room, trying to feel or smell rather, because it's sort of like a smell to me, where if there's anything foul or out of the ordinary in this.
Well, you're in a swamp, so the smell that you smell is currently coming off yourself.
Right,
But
I mean,
I know what
rather,
you mean. You don't smell anything out of the ordinary coming from this building,
sort of like,
and there's no indicators or senses that anything is untoward inside this building either.
all right, gentlemen, I think we should be okay. Let's
Let's go for a walk.
Stack up against the door.
Well, I'll just be safe and I'll try and see if I can link up a bunch of people.
So, am I right in saying that when I enter this building, I'll have pretty much vision of the
Once
entire
you enter
place?
this building, you'll be able
Damn.
to see the majority of things
It's-
because
it's-
everyone has dark
Everyone
vision.
It's good, but that
Everyone
means I go
except
down
that,
the
it's-
dice. So,
oh yeah.
so
forgot
I link,
about
I,
Yeah.
I link to everybody, and I
Me and
very
Aaron are
carefully
like that.
speak to Ari's mind. I'm like, Harry, I'm speaking to your mind. It's me, Dinok.
Okay.
You can also speak to me with your mind.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Just making sure that you know. Do not be surprised.
Did it work?
You're not saying anything to
You
me.
get static.
I kind of want like Ari's like fucking internal voice, like, yes, I can hear you perfectly.
Yeah, you just hear like a Morse code tapping.
But yeah, I'll link to everybody and I'll let them know that I've linked them.
Yeah. So
Right.
once you go inside, apart from Dinoc, do you have dark vision? I can't remember.
I don't, I'm a human.
Right,
I don't
and
either.
Vex doesn't have dark vision, so it's pretty dark and it's pitch black in there for you because the building has got a roof. So you would need to find a way of making your own light source.
That's what's inside Ari's mind.
That's accurate.
I still have an oil lamp.
Yeah, so does Dinoc as well.
Wait, but it's
You know,
only dark inside the house, right?
Yeah, it's pitch black inside the building.
I will
Well, like
grab
I
a
said, most
torch
of us
and
can
go.
Yeah, most of you can see. Three of you have dark vision, apart from two other members who would need to have some form of light source to see.
No, I'm aware, but
No, I was referring that to Sean. Sorry.
yeah, I'll grab one of my torches, and I'll just make a little quick ignition and light one on fire.
Mhm.
Is there a sconce anywhere around me?
Make an investigation check.
Well, I'm not like
You've
turning
never
the
been in this
out.
building.
Can I
But
help
you
with
can't
that?
see them on the
Uh,
wall.
Wow.
No,
No,
I
but
mean,
is it-
like, if I'm looking at the walls, do I see a quick sconce? Not like I'm not like gonna turn the entire shack upside down for a sconce.
Yeah, there's one next to like the overturned table.
Alright, I'll put this torch in there, so that anybody coming in has some
And it's
light,
got-
and I'll.
Was it 30 feet?
Yeah,
I think
it's,
so.
it's either 15 or
Or
30.
20. No, I
Right.
think it's 20 and 40.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So I'll just say, for example, that's your torch there, and then 20's like, oh god, I'm thinking of it.
Yeah, it's 20 bright
So-
light and 20 dim light.
Yeah. So, and then dim
Dim
to
to
dim. Go and put it to the 40, and I'll just put an X. Right. That's your dim light, bright light round that where that shitty triangle is.
You can
And-
enter objects as well into
Yeah. So
whatever.
has everybody entered? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm I'm just keeping an eye out just in case I'm making like a double
That's
check.
cool.
Yeah, I have.
As you walk inside, along one of the walls, Drin, you do notice there is a large tapestry, like it looks like a map, kind of painting.
Mhm.
There is as you look at it, you get a feeling of unease in your gut as you look upon this image. The painting is made up of different shades of greys and blacks, and what you can make out there is a large spires of shadow that are attached to this another large fortress-like building. Barren, dark fields that are drifting darkness stretching in, just endless darkness from what you can see from one of the paintings.
This is not a nice place. This.
Vex. What you notice on one of the paintings makes your stomach churn.
Oh shit.
As you look on one of these, we'll say it's a map, so it's what it is on the wall, but a painted map, so a hand-designed map. You see locations that are very, very familiar to you. You see names that have been painted into this map: Maburu, Sigrenu Belfry, and Croisengild, all marked on this map. Can you make me a wisdom save, please?
I will do.
Anyone else getting the painted world vibes from Dark Souls?
You managed to save. You are not rendered catatonic. You're fine.
Where is this map exactly?
Over here. Give me a minute. Ping it. So you've seen the map over here, and Drin, your map
okay.
is over here above the desk.
I'll move it.
Looking at this, just like, what the fuck is this?
Can I
So
a query, if
Mhm.
possible? This tapestry, this image I'm looking at, is it somewhere I might have been? Is that possible?
roll a
Oh, yeah.
history check.
Yeah.
Roll a history check. I would have said it. Should have said advantage due to you being.
Damn it.
I think you're proficient in history, aren't you?
I think
You
I
could-
am, you know.
Yeah, I'll take
If
the-
you're
I'll take-
proficient in history, would be higher than that.
No.
Unless
Well, I'll
you-
I'll take the 14. I'll take the 14. I was going to say advantage, but my brain never caught up. You recognise this depiction as a shifting image of the Shadowfell.
Yeah, cunt.
But
So-
the more important question is what's in this rubbish that I'm standing beside?
I so wish I was playing Rin right now.
I mean, what you see is three destroyed barrels and like one whole barrel essentially on its side. That's pretty much it.
What's in the barrel?
Pardon?
What's in the barrel?
Just make an investigation check if you want to look.
Rin is literally a envoy of the Raven Queen. Oh, I'm so mad right now. I am so mad right
How
now.
much do you like Valeria? I could kill him. I'm joking. So
Not a lot, actually.
I'll get to
Hey,
you in a
Alec.
second, Sean.
I am inevitable.
Where Drin and Denoch are currently standing, on the table in front of you, you see lots of glass beakers that seem untouched by the mold, we'll say, that seems to be stretching everywhere. On the desk, there is, like, up the legs of the desk, there's like, it's just like your standard desk, it's like hollow in the middle, and it's got the two drawers on either side, 4 drawers in each, and on the right hand top drawer, there is like a piece of red velvet coming out. What do you want to do?
I'll investigate
You
it.
want to invest? You're going to investigate it?
I'll investigate it.
I'm more curious about the painting, the tapestry. Did you say there was like smoke coming from it?
No. It's just the way that it's been painted in a way that it looks like there's
Right,
shifting
okay.
smoke.
You just had me concerned there because that means
So-
badness.
So as you reach open, this is simultaneously happening with Ari as well. As you reach over and pull open the drawer, you pull it open and you see long pieces of red silk.
Okay.
But at the same time, as you look down as you're pulling it, you see a massive purple tongue coming out from between the gap, and you can't move. You're grappled.
Cool.
As
This is
the
where I die.
desk comes alive and
There's a
lunges
fucking mimic!
on Donald. At the same time as Ari is opening this barrel, it also comes alive and latches onto his chest. I need everybody to roll me initiative, please.
Ah!
Hit them first.
After this battle, I do want to investigate that fucking map and anything in the vicinity.
Right, okay.
Should have hit that
Initiative.
fucking. I smashed
This is
it.
where I'll
I've got
probably die
Pokemon
now.
select.
Jordan, you do know what you've now done. Every object we can hit first.
I'm sure we're
think
going to get
that's up
caught
to
either
you.
way. I mean, if you were going to touch the barrel, you would have been caught as well, so...
Can you see my response, Mia?
Where am I looking for it? Oh, your initiative, yes.
That's fine. I just said something about to the turn tracker, but
I need to relay this to Seb. So, Seb, what has happened is Dean. Yes, Mum. Hello. Hi. What has happened is Deanoch has investigated the drawer where the red velvet was coming out of. As he was opened the drawer, you just see long spools of holy hell, long spools of red silken
Karma.
exactly, like napkins. And as he's looking down pulling the drawer, he can't take his hand off, and this large purple tongue has swung out from underneath, and the table is currently on him.
Cool.
As this is happening, Ari was investigating the barrel wreckage and has tried to open one of the barrels, and the barrel has now attached onto him as well, on his arm.
This is why you don't touch things, guys.
I love it how Ari went, I'm going to destroy everything now, which is hilarious. Okay, so that one is...
I mean, I'm just
Knock.
chilling. Like, I'm just gonna sit here for a minute. I'll be right back.
Dren with a 16. Oh, my adrenaline was spiking.
Fucking mimics, man.
Don't worry, I have balanced this fight. I used D&D Beyond's Encounter Builder to make sure I was fine. So,
You sound like
just
an adult.
fucking Donald is raging.
It's because
You think you would have learned from your first time playing
my
this
character
game?
wouldn't even know what mimics are at this point because of
I
reset.
know, but that's the reason.
Rin's
That's
just standing there shaking his head.
The thing is that I'm fucking squished, so I've
It's
no got
on
high
me.
hopes for me
It's on
surviving
me.
this.
They don't do much damage.
Hmm.
Do you know?
Well, it's only grabbed you. It's not attacked you yet. I wouldn't say.
It's not attack me,
No,
no,
it's-
but like I
You
have
say that
shit
now,
ass strength.
but trust me, mimics can fucking hurt.
No. I was kind of hoping one of the tankier boys would grab, like mainly Ari. I was hoping Ari would grab the velvet. I'm not gonna lie, but he's already occupied by one. So Ari and Deanoch go at the same time.
Were you planning to fight a mimic one at a time?
Oh, I'll go
Just
first
fucked
because
it
I've got
up.
higher dex.
No, I was planning on handling it at the same time. It's just I didn't expect Donald to be the one to open the drawer.
Oh, it's
I
not
was
best,
expecting-
man. I was going to investigate it anyway, so
I know.
I was set.
Deanoch with 7 and Ari with 7.
I'm just sitting over here, like chewing on a piece of grass, watching all this unfurl, like laughing my ass off.
And Valeri with a natural 1. That's what you get, bitch. That is.
I really don't
utmost-
mind because for Valeria right now, a natural 1 is perfectly fine.
Right.
Yeah, no. To be honest, having your cleric going last, or like your,
Your healer.
Your
your healer
support.
going
would be
last
great
isn't a
if,
bad thing.
Our healer didn't have like our healer had some healing abilities, you know.
I do.
You still have lay on hands?
No, not lay on hands. I have cure wounds.
Oh, you have cure wounds. Ah.
Let me just check something, Donald. I want to check something.
No, I didn't have high hopes.
Yeah, when
because
I
I have shit.
when because paladins work the same way as clerics, they get to prepare their spells each day, so they know all their spells,
Mhm.
but they get to pick what spells they want to use. And considering we don't have a healer,
Yeah.
I figured might as well take cure wounds in case we need it.
Well,
Right,
if I
so-
die here, we'll get a healer.
Top of the round, it's the mimic that's currently grappling Deanoch.
Cool.
So, since it's now on your arm,
Right,
or
before
sorry,
that,
like attaching onto you.
get us pumping with some music.
Oh fuck yeah! Sorry.
Get us some tokens for these mimics.
All that popped into my head was the Final
Pardon?
Fantasy back.
What initiative do the mimic have?
You don't know?
It's
Yeah,
just
you
first.
never know.
Yeah, but have
You
they
can-
gone far?
Remember during the
Yeah, the first
used
one.
the initiative counter on the left if you.
Yeah, I've never used that yet. So I've just read it down. I've never used the initiative counter before, so I thought I'd just stick to paper. So yeah, you're grappled. I better actually put in like things. So give me a wee second. Image. Where is it? There's one there. Now, I'll just make it. Can you see that all right,
Yeah,
or should
yeah.
I make it a bit bigger?
I'll
You
make
see
it
it,
bigger.
Right. Okay. And
Oh, that is a mimic. Oh, that's tiny.
well, yeah, it's taking up a square, but
Yeah, that's not big.
it's think of the desk. Think of like a medium-sized desk. That is what's happening. It's just I didn't want to make the mimic like fucking this size.
I mean, you can. Just for purpose.
Yeah, fuck it. I'll make for reference. I'll make it that size. And Ari's one is currently here, but I'll keep it on the size that it is because it's a barrel smaller. So
Mimic
you
should take
are-
a deep dive,
I'll get
but,
closer because
There's also giant mimic.
yeah, there is a giant mimic. I chose not to use that. I was going to use it. I've moved you a bit closer, Donald, but using the Alt key.
Okay.
Just dragging you over. So you are grappled, but on your turn you can make a save to get out of said grapple.
Yeah,
But
so
it's just
it's
going to go
probably
attack. It's just going to go ahead and try to bite you. And I think since you're grappled with it, you get advantage. Yeah, it does. You get advantage. It gets advantage. So 12. Does it get a bonus?
It
No.
gets a plus something.
Does it get based off strength?
No, you just look at the attack that it says.
More.
It says under the attack that it does. It says
Bang.
a plus.
Oh, +5. So 17.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So put them there, and it's just going to go for a big chomp, which is this one and that one. So you take 6 points of piercing damage, and 5 points of acid damage.
Jesus.
Yeah, mimics are no joke.
Yep, no, I'm looking pretty fucked up.
Oh god.
Tell you, I'm fucking okay, fam.
Have some faith.
Mate, my
Think about-
athletics is -2. I'm not getting out of this thing.
Hey, you never know. That fucking Valeri rolled a bloody natural 20 on hunting this a deer
Don't
that
worry,
wasn't even
I'll
there.
pull all of you guys off.
That's going to be its turn. It's now Drin. What are you doing?
I turn to Drin, I'm like,
Right,
can
okay,
you please get this thing off me?
Yeah. If I cast a spell on this thing, am I going to hurt Dino?
No.
No.
But remember, you can also use spells to buff other people as well. So make sure you read your spell list properly.
That's
Uh,
true. Right, okay.
Just as a.
Just kill it!
Okay.
Kill it
So,
with
you know,
fire!
Mage armor will only work with me because I'm wearing armor.
There it will.
Right, okay.
It's fine, take your
Okay.
time.
Kill it! Kill it!
Right, okay. I'm
Kill it with
gonna.
fire!
Valeri's not even noticed that this has happened because he rolled a natural
No,
fucking
I'm
one. Yeah, he's just looking at this like.
Huh?
Been hanging around with Ari too much.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. He's looking at the mold just.
Me and Ari are just chilling around, and suddenly Ari gets grabbed. And like, oh, you're right, bud.
Battle music stops.
Is it?
That's better.
no, it's just.
No, it's just going up and down. Yeah. So, Drin, what are you doing?
Right, I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt on it and just try and get it off D-Rock if possible.
What?
Chaos Bolt.
Chaos Bolt.
Oh, okay. Let me give me. Yeah, that hits and then some. Roll for damage.
So, right, I'm
Put
just
the-
reading in the thing because this
put
has got multiple.
Yeah, give me a second. I'll put it in the chat so people can, or so like I can read it. Where have you put it? So that one, not that one. It's that. No.
That's because it's probably set as an attack. You need to set it back to a spell card and then set it as active so it comes in.
Oh, right, okay. Just like
it's really fiddly.
Yeah, it's fiddly. It's fine. 19. What is that?
That's
That's,
him trying to.
Alex
You
trying to
clicking on the thing by accident.
Oh, right, okay. So just read what it does, Scott.
Right, I'll read it out. So, you hurl an undulating, wobbling mass of chaotic energy at one creature in range. Make a ranged spell attack against the target. On a hit, the target takes 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. Choose one of the d8s. The number rolled on that die determines the attack damage as shown below. 1 acid, 2 cold, 3 fire, 4 force, 5 lightning, 6 poison,
Yes.
7 psychic, 8 thunder.
It's like my
Right, okay.
Debo.
One
So,
piece of advice, Scott. When you're hurling ranged spell attacks in melee range, they go.
he's
at
not
disadvantage.
in melee range with it. He was standing
I'm just
like
behind.
5 foot behind.
Okay.
Donald. He was looking at the tapestry as this was happening, and then like the Donald standing in front of him looking at this drawer. So he is 10 foot away from it. Just his
Assuming
icon.
if you do a range attack with melee range, you get a disadvantage. I assume.
So like I'll make the wee thing small again, so it's the size of a bloody cube. So it's like there. That's essentially what the size of it
Okay.
is.
Cool.
So yeah, that hits. Scott, roll for your damage.
I'll just click Chaos Bolt at the bottom then, yeah?
Yeah.
No, yeah. Just cut Chaos Bolt, yeah. So then I roll. What is it I have to roll? Just to make it simple. 1d8.
So-
That's
So 2d8 plus 1d6 damage. One of the d8s.
yeah, it's fine. I rolled a 5. What does
5
which?
is it's lightning damage.
And it's a 1d what? Sorry.
1d6.
Yeah, you already rolled it. It's
No,
the, it's the
he's-
one.
he's
Oh,
talking
is that the random number?
He's no,
Yeah.
you're just rolling for the damage type.
Oh right. Okay, so
So
that's
it does-
6 lightning damage.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Let me.
It's my Debo.
That's cool. Yeah. So, yeah. Describe what you're doing, Scott.
So just kind of upon the shock horror of what I've just seen, I'm like, shit! So I just kind of cast in my hand, just twirl it around. Small multicoloured 8-ball of energy, throw it up in the air and just punch it down on top of this thing and it just BAM! Smashes it right in its face.
That's 6 points of lightning damage. Nice.
I'm just standing there
Uh,
with my arm
So you
like
find out
attached
they
to it.
absorb
Just like,
lightning damage.
please.
So, I think you've still got a bonus action, but you did anyhow. And
Yeah, I'm just going to leave it at that. I just want to
you've
get
got
this
your
thing off.
movement though, so you can move. You do have your 30 feet of movement, I think, or 35 feet of movement.
I'll move back tiny wee bit just in case.
Yeah. So you use your 5 feet, and then is that your turn?
That's me. We can move on.
Right, okay. It is now Vex's turn.
Right, so as soon as I see, like, hear Dinoc yelp, I kind of spin around and see, like, the two things outside the room. I'm going to summon the armature, but in its ranged form. So these
Mhm.
two big skeletal hands, like, burst into existence, and he watches they kind of go behind my back. There's another explosion of blood, and then this huge fucking barrel comes out over the top of my shoulder. I'm going to move forward, use 10 for movement to go here. I think, actually here.
Mhm.
Here, give it a second to just check the ranges. That's fine, that's fine. And I'm gonna target the one that's attacking Dinoc with Blood Blast.
Okay. Roll for an attack.
For a second, I'll actually put the spell in the chat as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
It asked me if I want to catch that at a certain level. Actually, read that as you please.
I'm pretty sure we were the ones that fixed it, weren't we? Anyway.
Yeah.
We just
That
reduced
rolls.
its damage a bit. That was
We reduced its damage and stuff.
So,
Yeah. So roll for an attack. Do you still roll for an attack?
yeah.
Hope that hits. Yeah, roll damage.
So like, as you you'll see Vex just coalesces this like small like gyrating orb of blood in front of him and slams it into the barrel and it just
Nice. I like it. The tower takes 3d6. Is that all the from 3d6? You only rolled 6.
yeah, 3 plus 3 plus 1.
Oof. That's a kick in the stains, by the way. Yeah, you've still got your 20 feet of movement, I think. so you can move somewhere if you wanted, or if you've
Oh,
got any
just
bonus
clear.
actions or whatever.
Leave it, pop out into the room, and do I have what do I have bonus action wise? Nope, that's action. No, I'll just leave it there. I'll end my turn.
Cool. It is now the second mimic's turn. That one is currently latched on to Ari's forearm. Yeah. It's just going to roll for an attack, and since it's got advantage. Oh wow, I rolled a natural 1 and a 2. That's a fucking ow. So 6. So does 6
Or
hit
it's
your
just like,
AP?
Holding back
get
the
off
teeth.
me!
Oh, the funny part is this thing is latched onto his arm with his teeth, and he's just like, yeah, no, you're not even penetrating my skin. That's essentially what it is. I can't believe I rolled a 1 and a 2. Ouch. Yeah, so it's... I would assume that this creature has the choice of if it wants to stay attached.
No.
No? Are you sure?
I mean, yes, but the problem is they are immobile if they are in their shape-shifted form.
Well, they're not in their shape-shifted form anymore.
They remain in their shape-shifted form if they
Alright,
if you don't,
okay.
unless you specify otherwise. I don't know if you did. I wasn't.
Well, it was just when... Well, I was just... I mean, I should have specified, but the way my brain read it was basically the tongue appears
just
and
goes-
then it shifts into its
Suddenly-
natural self. Yeah, that's pretty
Okay,
much the way I was
in that
going with it.
case, yeah, they can move, and they can choose to disengage their grapple, but it's
That's
up to
fine.
you.
I'll do that because that's pretty much what I had in my head. I just didn't actually specify it. So what you guys see is the natural look of the mimic, which is like just a massive mouth of teeth and tongue and just slime, and it's not a pretty sight. Yeah. So it misses attack. So it's just gonna jump. It's gonna let go of Ari's arm, and it's gonna hop around him to get into melee range with the pointy one, and that's going to be its turn. Yeah. So it is now either Ari or Dinoc, whoever's
That'll
got
be
the
me,
higher
because
dexterity.
I've got-
all we can melee range.
Oh no. So Dinoc, what are you doing, bud?
Oh, of course I'm gonna try and break it.
So you use your
You
action.
can't
to...
still attack, by the way.
Yeah, you can attack. Your speed is just reduced to 0 because you can't move, but you can still attack it if you wanted, or if you've got any other fancy soul knife things.
Choose to murder it.
I'd rather get out of this fucking mouth.
Right. Okay. So roll
Taken,
for.
it's fucking probably stabbing it. Well, how's it looking?
Looking alright.
Good job. Because with advantage on me every time, I'm gonna just fuck it. I don't care. I'll try and escape.
Right, okay. Roll a... I guess it's a strength check. Give me a second.
I think it's athletics or acrobatics, but sometimes it specifies on the.
Yeah. It just says grappled by it, escape, DC X amount. Doesn't specify.
That it's athletics or acrobatics, and the person can choose.
Yeah,
Whoever
so
highest.
athletics or acrobatics, roll one of them and it's your choice.
Oh, your highest.
10. Nah, you're still attached to it. Got any bonus actions?
Would you allow me to bonus action soul knife it?
Sure.
Cool.
Can you?
Fourth. 14 hits.
Oh, nice.
It's good enough to kill it.
Nah, it's looking alright, so we've still got 20 damage to this.
6 psychic damage. Nice. You're rolling 6s on damage.
These soul knives are non-physical. They don't act. They're not a physical thing.
Think of the Doctor Strange weapons that the enemies use,
the
like
glass-
what they look like.
The glass
The
reality.
glass
oh,
blades,
like-
that's probably the... Yeah, that's probably another accurate description of what
It's
they
like-
would look like.
It,
Something
it
similar
has
to that.
like physical interactions, but it doesn't leave physical marks, is what I'll say.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's
So
getting
it's
there.
like just grabbed, I just like fucking summoning a knife. I'm just like,
Yeah. So it's like latched onto his like right thigh and part of his torso.
Going for that dick.
He's going for the dick. So he does have his arms free. It's just that's where it's currently clamped on him. Nice. So it is now Ari's turn. What are you doing, bud?
Screaming. In a rage.
And then
You're
you
gonna
I
go
am
for it.
hulking out.
We need to see that personality change.
Die now.
Roll for an attack.
So I'm raging.
Yeah, so you think you get
And-
advantage on it.
Frenzy.
he's gone frenzy as
Fuck,
well.
okay.
Man, he doesn't care about
What are you
I'm
doing?
right
Wait,
click.
what? Sorry, what?
He's raging and he's frenzying.
Oh,
Frenzy.
okay.
I don't get the bonus attack until next turn. But I'm also going to reckless attack.
Oh, that means it gets advantage on you as well.
I know.
Yeah, that hits. Wow, look at the 25. What are these high
Yeah.
numbers? Yeah, roll for damage.
That's 15
Damn.
plus 2.
15! Baby! So, describe what you're gonna do. Yeah, it's not dead, like, but just describe your attack.
I'm literally just because does it still slightly look like a barrel?
It's reverted back to its more normal self.
I'm
Which-
just like literally just like
I'll take the image on D&D Beyond. So it's basically, it looks like a chest, but with a massive mouth of teeth and a long purple tongue with like multiple eyes along the top of it, like the top of the chest, and the sides of it where it would lift is like, what it looks like in there.
yeah.
Yeah, like that, and then it's just rows and rows of massive teeth. So that's pretty much what it's reverted to.
Yeah, and I'm just smacking.
Yeah, it's not pretty, Scott.
No, it's not.
Is it very much like Dark Souls mimic?
No, but it doesn't kick you in the face.
It's like a Neverwinter mimic. Have you ever seen those? Sort of run
Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Not nice. So is that you? Is that you? You moving anywhere?
I'm still within range. My bonus
Yeah,
action.
You've got 5 feet of movement, so you can still move around it to like there or there, and you'll still be in its combat range. Won't be able to attack you. So it's up to you if you want to move, or you can stay there.
Well, it's most likely going to go for me anyway.
Well, no, it's in combat range with Valeri now.
Yeah, but it's going to have advantage on me.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll stay put.
Cool. It is now our Valeri's turn. What are you doing, bud?
Scratch your seat.
Okay, still chewing on that bit grass.
No, what I was doing was pulling up a picture that I have for the mimic's true form. This is what a mimic in true form looks like.
Yeah.
Right, you then, gentlemen.
So that's his true form, boys. That is an ugly motherfucker.
Yeah, it's
That
not
actually makes
ugly.
sense because it's able to mold to any shape.
Yeah.
It's amorphous in its true form. That's why, like, I was asking because it cannot move in its polymorph form because it's literally a chest. It does not have legs, or like it's a barrel. It does not move. That's why I was.
It's went to that form and it's like slid.
It isn't.
So when I was hitting it, was like slime just splattering off.
Pretty much, yeah. So on top of the bog shit, you're now covered in mimic shit.
So I'm
How-
covered in white sticky stuff. Is that what you're
Yep,
trying to
yep.
get at?
How messed up do you look, Dino?
The next bit bad. I may survive another attack. One other attack.
The mimic's up next. Just let you know. The one that's currently grappled with Donald.
Oh, he's gonna die.
I may survive the
You roll
attack.
well.
Just
What is your AC currently?
16.
Right. So now figuring out that there's a fucking giant monster chewing down on one of my companions, I'll turn around and go like, "Oi, get off of him!" And then I'll cast Shield of Fate on Dinox, so you have +2 to your AC.
Ooh.
And then I'll turn around at the fucking blob and I'll go like, "Right, time to point you into the dust!" And I'll smack it with my hammer.
Good. Roll for an attack. Oh.
Unfortunate.
Misties. You see Ari. No,
Oh, there it
sorry,
is.
Valeri
fuck.
screaming in rage as he sees his friends being munched on, and he takes his hammer in one hand and just cracks down. But he hits the pool of the slime, we'll say. Yeah, come here. And it just splatters everywhere, and he misses his attack, sadly. Is you doing anything else? You got your movement or?
No, I think that's it for me.
Right. Okay. Cool. Is now the mimic that's currently grappling Dinoc. He's just still gonna try and eat you because he's currently latched onto you. So he's gonna roll for another bite attack.
Nice chunk.
So a natural 1 and a natural 19.
That hits. That's
Plus-
a advantage.
5, yeah, it gets advantage because it's grappled with you, so 24. I think that hurts. Jesus, Joe.
Did you just say 24?
Yeah, because it rolled a
Piece of
natural 19.
shit!
It rolled a 19 plus 5.
Wasting my spells over here. God damn it.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, it's just gonna, what is it? I think it's a D8. Is it D8? It's D8.
Damn it.
So, and it's
I'm
bite.
sorry, Donald. I'm sorry.
You take 8 points of piercing damage on the bite, and a following 3 points of acid damage.
3 points.
3 points, yes.
I am fucked up, but I can still stand.
And it's not going to move anywhere because it's currently on your side. It is now Drin's turn. What are you doing, bud?
Okay, so I can, being so close to Dinoc, I can feel that he's kind of slipping a wee
You
bit.
can see he is struggling to
I
stand. The
can
only thing really keeping him up is
feel
the
he
mimic.
is on the brink, so I'm like, fuck this, I'm gonna cast Scorching Ray and just try and incinerate that fucker.
Go for it.
Do this. I'm gonna try and burn this bastard up.
Yeah, roll for your attacks. I think you've got to roll attacks for each beam.
Yeah, yeah.
So just roll 3 attacks of your Scorching Ray and then before you do damage. So just click your Scorching Ray 3 times. So I'm sure you get 3 beams. Is it 3 beams?
Yep.
There we
Got
go.
a
That's
crit.
damage.
20 a crit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mhm.
that's a crit.
So
Roll damage 3 times as well.
yeah, well no. You roll damage twice because the third ray whiffed.
Third Ray whiffs it.
Yeah. So roll damage on your second one and your first one.
Okay.
Holy fuck!
Yeah, that's some damage, bro.
So that's the total number I take, isn't it?
Yeah, everything put
That's,
together.
yes, yeah. So
That's
20
21.
21 casual point of fire damage.
Is it susceptible?
So what you see
Like literally, I just turn around and I just see Drin
is, that's pretty much it.
into
He's
the
standing
wall,
there
like
and just kind of
he's like
clench my
burning the
fists
entire
above my
house down.
head. You
Scott,
just you see like a...
Scott, check your phone.
Oh god.
Yeah. So, yeah,
So,
that thing is
You
looking.
feel like a streak of fire coming out of my eyes just as I just push these 3 beams right at it.
So as this is all happening and the massive flash of light from the beams come out, one does go just a little bit off trajectory and smashes into the wall, scarring the back side of the wall, and the mimic is barely hanging on. Yes, Scott.
Is it too late to re-roll the third one? Remember, I can use one of my mage
You can still do
tricks.
it. You can
Yeah,
still
I'll
do it.
let you still your attack. Yeah, so re-roll the third one.
Right, okay, so I'll just click it, find it again, and then do another damage.
Yeah, just click for an attack. Yeah.
Okay, I want to see. I want to see if I can do this. This is gonna be awesome.
Remember, since you're doing this, mark off 1 point of your sorcery points. Bastard!
That's it, Jesse.
Get up,
No,
yeah!
it's AC is 12.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I just break Enoch! Yes!
as
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 level
the,
1.
yeah.
He just did a casual
as,
26 point fire
I
damage
just-
in one turn.
Click my finger, and one final ray comes at my finger, and just
Yeah, you see Drin's eyes flash purple, like a really deep purple, and it just kind of like flames. They grow, and then he goes, and then a fourth bolt of Scorching Ray comes flying out of his hand to blast the mimic off of Dinoc's side and eviscerate it into a pile of smoking, stinking
And
ash.
because it's
You know what-
unmatched to me,
what
I
I
just
just-
catch myself,
It's dead. It's gone.
and I'm just like,
You know what
"Many
I just
thanks."
picture, right? It's like kind of like those finger guns. He just goes doof doof doof, and he goes.
Alright, so, well, fuck him, I guess. That's him dead. It is now Vex's turn.
Right, I'm gonna back up a few steps from the one that's currently engaged with Valeri
Mm-hmm.
and Ari. But as I go, I'm gonna like churn another like gout of blood into like a rotating ball, slam it into the armature, and fire off another blood blast
Cool, roll for an attack.
at the one that's engaged with it. Please. Fuck.
Oh,
Rip.
sadly, the shock of everything that's happening and the surprise makes your arm cannon, we'll say, just fire a blast of paint of blood. I was going to say paint, blood smashing into the wall, and it just covers the wall above Ari. He gets kind of a little sprayed, but yeah, that misses unfortunately.
That'd be super fucking funny if this entire time, like, Vex is like acting like he's crazy Hemomancer and except it's all just fucking paint.
He's actually a
He's
bard
like
in disguise.
actually a Hydromancer with red
Yeah.
paint.
Yeah, that's really what it is. A hydromancer with anger issues. Yeah, Vix, is that you, bud?
Fortunately, like the fucking like any like blood like glows like bright fucking orange. Just like, so yeah, it's happy paint. But oh, I don't like to change this thing. Features I can't actually use cantrips as a bonus action, can I? Wrong. So that is that's me. Actually,
Cool,
no. Wait, I've got how much movement have I got left?
You've what, 30 feet, 25, 30
I
feet of
moved 10
movement?
feet.
So you've got like 20 left if you've got 30?
Tell you what, I'm gonna move into a flanking position to give Ari advantage. on
Okay,
his roll.
so you use your remaining movement to run
Yes.
back into combat range with this mimic, and it's
Just
starting to look a
kinda
bit...
slide into place.
From what you can see, the creature in its natural form is starting to look a little bit panicked due to being surrounded by 3 people it was not expecting this to
Hey,
happen.
bud, how you doing?
So it is now Ari's turn. No, it's now the mimic's turn. Sorry. Yeah, it's just gonna bite at Ari because it's got advantage and it's just had a massive axe hanging into it.
The lights are on, but nobody's.
I don't like this die. That's 4 natural ones. I'm taking this one. Okay, so it's 13.
Shell.
It's 8. Yeah, it's going there. So it's 18 to hit. That'll hit him. He's a fucking barbarian. He's got nothing. So it's just gonna use its.
Sorry, I had to go see a woman about a fridge.
Yeah, you're getting bitten again. Oh god, my headset.
Right, I'm
Yeah.
so-
The mimic is attacking you, and you're raging, so you'll take half damage. So yeah, the first bite. Oh no, I guess it's straight. Yeah, but yeah. So it's 10 piercing damage.
Wait, what?
So what was it? What? So you went past my AC then?
Yes, he rolled
18.
19
Oh, 19, sorry.
or no 13. Sorry, I think 13. Don't think you've got.
Exact thought.
Oh, lol. Yeah, so you're still raging. So how does it work? Because it was reckless.
No,
It's still half. Still half.
That's just still half.
Right. Okay. So that's.
Reckless is just advantage for him.
Right, okay, cool. Piercing damage from 10 to 5, and that's 7. 7 acid damage reduced to 3.
No, acid damage doesn't get reduced.
It's
Only,
only physical attacks.
Or is it just physical?
yeah.
So he takes full acid.
Okay, so 7 points of acid damage on top of 5, so 12 in total. 12 points. Yeah, so 12 points of damage in total as the mimic bites you and then starts to just spew up this acid onto your skin, and it starts to bubble. And, pardon?
7 acids.
7 acid, yes. And it's going to just try and run away. So it's going to risk. It's going to take the attack of opportunity
From
All 3 of us.
Okay, it's not going to do that. I was expecting. Yeah, it's not. It's just going to stay right there. It's just going to stay right
I
there.
mean,
It's not
you're
gonna move.
welcome to, but.
It's not even going to move. No, it's going to stay right there. So that's its turn. It's now
Me.
Denox's turn. Yeah, because you got the higher.
Right, so after being freed, I'm like hunched there, like, I breathe, and then I like let adrenaline help keep me up,
Mhm.
and just a bit peeved. Though I didn't voice
a
this,
bit.
I summon a knife and I will launch it.
Okay. I would say with the current where the roll at disadvantage.
Okay, why?
Just
'Cause you
because
probably
like
gonna hit
Valeria is pretty much in direct
Okay.
like line of sight.
From D&D rules, that has nothing to do with it.
Really?
You can shoot past your allies.
But he's throwing a psionic knife essentially.
I'm aware, but I'm just saying it's your choice. If you want to give disadvantage because you think it makes more sense, that's completely fine as a DM choice. But from the 5e rules, you do not get disadvantage just because there's someone in the way.
It's just
Well, you
because
can- you
obviously
can corner
visually
the corner.
it's.
You could do.
No, like
Well,
I
you can
said,
still move, Donald. You've still got your movement. You can still move.
I'll,
like I'm
And then
saying,
do it.
I'll get a clearer shot then.
obviously it's your
That's
choice,
fine.
but I'm just saying, rules-wise, it doesn't.
That's
apply.
fine. It doesn't matter. That's fine. Just from a visual standpoint, to me, it was like there's a person in front of you. Like
Yeah, what you
just
can do,
drag them through?
what you can do is give them half cover.
well,
because
yeah, he's
I'm
moved.
doing-
Fuck it, he's moved. It's fine. It doesn't matter. It was just it's fine. Learning
No,
curve.
but that's just if you want to say, like
Yeah,
I'm in the way, then you can do half cover or 3/4 cover.
Yeah, that's
will
okay.
you allow a sneak attack with this?
Yes, because
Yeah, because it's engaged with 3 of your
I
companions.
think I get 2. Yeah, I've got 2d6 as well. So.
that's how they did it
17.
in 3.5, Jordan. They did at disadvantage or something like that, but now they do half cover and stuff like that. So you get
Oh, right,
half
okay.
cover +2 to its AC and 3/4 cover +3, 5 to its AC.
Right. Okay.
See, I
you
always
can
take
do.
line of sight out of miniature fighting, because the miniature fighting is basically if you take the same square to the same square, if it's nothing, the same like corner,
Yeah.
the same corner. There's no, because where Dinik was last time, he was there, like that.
Yeah.
That would be classed as that, but he had this one to this one, which wasn't. That's miniature
that's fine.
fighting, a bit different.
So yeah, you've
It's because
fucked
it
up.
has it has a
So-
rule of maneuverability. Because even, technically we're all moving, so we're not like standing still, but we're like moving in combat. So
yeah, I get you.
in a real fight, he could shout duck, and I'd be like ducking, and he'd like throw a knife.
I can't beat you, man. It's fine. That's cool. It's cool. So, Ari, it's your turn now.
Wait,
Bud. What do you want to do?
wait. It's still standing.
Yeah, it's still standing. Yeah.
Right, I've got my bonus.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, man.
Oh shit. Right. Okay.
My mic,
That is.
mic, I can't.
Oh my god, that fucking face is frozen. Look at that face. Oh, describe how you want to do this.
Oh, is it dead?
Yeah, I had 8 points left.
So it's like I throw that one knife, and then with like final effort I have, summon another one, throw it, and then I just clench my fist and just sear its mind with psionic energy.
Nice.
And then once
And
it
with
collapses, I just collapse myself, like to a knee.
Yeah, and with that, the mimic is dead. Both mimics
Just
are dead,
for
actually.
good measure, I'm like pounding it with my warhammer, just like.
So I survived with
I'm like
one
blasting it in
hit
it.
point.
Donald,
1 hit point.
yeah.
1 hit point.
Oh,
Donald Bud, you survived with 1 HP. So did that fucking mimic before Scott used a sorcery point to then incinerate it.
Like, nah,
So I was gonna
want
fucking, I would have maybe killed it if I rolled the same amount.
Yeah.
Because I was just gonna go fucking.
So,
kill it.
I'm gonna run over to Dinook and just try and help him a wee bit if I can.
Ari
I
is
take
now
your shoulder.
running on the roof, hitting every single inanimate object.
you're going to take out every single inanimate object.
I'm
I just
gonna
see
like
him
stand
with
over
his
here, make
war-
sure
Can you
So,
leave
I
the
may as well
tapestry?
just. So, what you see from where you are then, oh, he's got his headset off. You know, I'll wait until he's got his headset
Yeah.
on.
Just, Jordan, just make it the same barrel repeatedly.
Alright. I'll wait until he comes back. I think he heard me. Oh.
like that.
Fuck. So, I'll describe it, I'll think it for you. So, as this calms down, as the adrenaline starts to slow, things go quiet again, the heavy breathing of your teammates, you make out the remainder of the desk that was the mimic, we'll say, is like half of it is destroyed on one side, it's just toppled.
So it was acting like
Um,
half a disc.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Ah.
The painting is still where Vex is standing, but you would probably need to grab the torch to see it fully. I just realised that you're standing in the pitch black.
Yep.
So for narrative's sake, you would need to go there, grab the torch, bring it
fine.
over. Yeah, so boom. So you now have the little black dot, which is the torch. So you do see the painted map of another section of the world that has these locations that make your stomach churn.
Is this a
Does I see
door?
anything kind of
That
around
is a
that, or-
bookshelf. Very large bookshelf with lots of rotted books and things like that. But what I was going to say is, if Ari is coming over to destroy everything,
Yeah, I'm concerned for my tapestry. I want to know more about that.
Yeah, I want to know
Right,
more about
I'll-
this map.
I'll say it's
fine,
just,
Before he cut it into pieces, can I check if there's any interesting texts in there?
yeah, like he's not destroyed it yet because he's not back, so he's not been on his rampage just yet. So what you and what you can do, Scott, is add a art piece of the Shadowfell into your inventory or
Got it.
your equipment, whatever it is.
I'll say that you just pit me against the wall while you go and do that.
I'm just
I
kind
just
of
get Enoch up on the like the half turn bed. He's like, you just shh. And Vex, you can add the painted map of the Eastern Kingdoms to your map. Okay.
I also just like
Just gonna
shakily
say
point
that-
out, and I'm just like, do you want to check the other half of the desk? Maybe kick it safely, just to be safe.
Fire a couple firebolts at it first.
I'll throw a psychic
But,
dagger at the desk.
Yeah, as everybody just seems to unload on this last piece of desk, it just falls to pieces. It's done.
Nothing noticeable falls out yet.
No, nothing falls out. Roll me an investigation check, please, Valeri.
Will do. Right here then, gents. My master investigation
I
skills.
saw he who shines
Yeah,
at the end of the
fuck it,
tunnel.
that's a bookshelf, mate. That's a fucking grand
Women.
bookshelf.
That's a bookshelf, bud.
Yeah,
So
It's a book.
looks like a bookshelf, bud.
yeah, I'm quite sad now, but it's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Oh god.
Yeah. So as
And,
Ari,
Ari is cleaving it in half.
yeah,
now.
Ari just runs at this bookshelf and just smashes it down. It doesn't take much because the wood's kind of soft and stuff. He just annihilates this bookshelf from existence.
Does
This
anything
poor
interesting
bookshelf.
fall out of the bookshelf? Because
No, it just turns to mush. Give me a minute. I need to change map player. Get rid of that. It's fine. No, it's fine. Yeah. So are you just running in there? You're like, yeah, fuck yeah,
Oh
okay,
yeah,
I'm getting in
fuck
here.
it. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna
Cool,
shove
so-
past them.
Third entrance, I go like, ooh.
You
I'm
run
going to
through
go
this.
pick up Dinoc and then we're going to move over together because I can't just leave him
I've
there.
still got the torch.
Yeah, I'm trying to fucking drag it over. It's a very small item.
Right, Donald, do you want to move with me?
Does someone need to stop me from running and hitting this desk?
No, you're fine. The lady's with you. So as the torchlight, as you enter this small cylindrical chamber, the torchlight illuminates the walls, and it's surprisingly pristine in here.
Hmm.
From the outside,
Ari, smack it all.
Bloodstain here.
it's not a bloodstain.
Very
From
quiet.
you see this lush red carpet on the ground, a few benches on the side, along with a really large ornate table that is empty apart from a small bag,
I want to investigate that.
little
back.
haversack looking thing just sitting in the direct centre.
I'd
I'll
be
just
careful
do
about you.
I'll let him
Show
touch
me
it.
experience.
Donald, if you want to investigate anything, just tell me and I'll move with you.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
well,
I
John's
just
going to
think
investigate
or
the desk, so I think he's got it.
When you look at this bag, it looks well made. It's pretty small in style, like a little pouch haversack kind of thing. It's got one long leather strap from the end to the end, so it looks like you could wear it over your shoulder. It's like a golden browny leather in colour. Yeah, that's all you need. There's no side pockets. It's just one main, like kind of pouch thing. We'll say.
Can
One main
I
opening.
have a look inside?
Okay. So
Suddenly, coin mimics.
suddenly, giant mimic. No, I'm joking. As Vex opens it up and looks inside, he sees a very strange sight. A mound of gold is literally sitting inside this bag, along with lots of other things.
Play my
So
magic.
much gold that shouldn't be sitting inside this bag for the size of
Seems
this
like
bag.
bullshit to me.
Magic bag.
What do you want to do?
Can I see if there's anything strange about it before I try and apart from the fact that it's like
Roll me an
like a
investigation
massive-
check then.
Throw a coin in there. See what happens.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you could do whatever you want.
Toss a coin to your Witcher.
Yeah.
I'll follow your penny. So, as you investigate it and you throw the coin from a distance, just kind of toss a coin in, it seems to go on and on and on before it clinks. Falls for around 30 feet.
Wait.
And then it clinks.
God damn.
That a deep bitch.
I want to do a thing,
Yeah.
but it's either going to be a good thing or it's going to be a really bad thing.
I mean, it's just a bag, but you can do what you want.
How's the big? How big is the opening to the bag?
Oh, come on. man.
Wait, that size?
Could someone's? So I'm gonna run up and stick my head in there.
Oh no.
Okay.
I think we should take a pee break
So
before
are
you do this.
you like doing it like this, so you're running up and going poof, or are you picking the bag up and doing that?
No, boom.
You're sticking your head in it. Oh, the headset comes off.
Like an ostrich.
Right. As Vex is carefully opening the entrance to this bag and kind of being cautious due to just what happened, throwing the coin in, Ari barges him out the way and sticks his head in it. What you see is like well, first of all, it's pitch black actually, so you don't see anything. But
I've got dark vision.
the noise, bastard! You see everything in there.
Well,
but fuck
Dark
you.
vision
It's
can
dim light.
see dim light, not like darkness.
Yeah, his head isn't encompassing the entire thing. It's not like it's sealed round his neck, so there is light coming in from above.
Then
He's
no.
got the torch.
Uh,
The Vex has the torch right next to him, so the light would be just creeping in through the bag. So,
in darkness, I see as if it was dim light.
all right,
I see
okay.
dim light as bright.
So you see as you stick your head in just this pile of gold sitting on the bottom, along with what looks like a hat of sorts, just sitting on the top.
Okay.
And a little red vial sits on the part of the hat, balanced. But that's what you can see down the very bottom.
Guys, there's a hat in here.
A hat, you say?
There's a hat in here.
I think I am the only one who's able to get out if I go in. So
I mean, it is, like I'm saying, it is a bag.
I'm aware, but if somebody jumps in
Yeah,
there,
I'm
30
gonna
feet
pull.
I am the only one who can jump out because
I'm gonna pull Ari back and then just upend the bag in like the middle of the carpet.
Fair enough. So as Vex gracefully pulls Ari's head out of the bag and goes, "No, that's enough of that." He walks over to this red carpet that looks unmarred from everything around it, empties this or flips over this bag, and it's like a torrent of gold just falling out of this bag.
Half
Just
an hour later.
Yeah, it's like a pile of gold that's just turned into like a small mound
I
of gold
should have done
pieces.
the thing. I should have.
Plus the hat that rolls off to the side and lands upended.
What does that
Um,
look like?
The hat is it's wide brimmed, so it's like a fedora styled hat, wide brimmed with a golden brown leather belt and a long, large pink plumed feather attached onto the side of it.
Which one was that?
I mean, I
Um,
can't wear it because I have horns. So.
Yeah, so that's what the hat looks like, and the little vial.
Pick
Is
up the
in there
hat and
somewhere.
I'm gonna put it on Ari's head, and I go, "Here, boy, this is for you."
Okay,
That's a head
Yeah.
grab.
give me a minute. I need to actually get the item stats.
Oh, of course you do.
I just killed myself.
If it is a magic item, you can't tell us what it does.
Do we know
Yeah, I
how
know.
much
You could probably
gold
tell
is
us
in it?
if it's. Oh, like
go
Harry
on.
could probably tell us if it's a magic item, but he won't ken what it is.
I mean, it's it's just for the lulz.
Yeah, so as we're doing this, yeah, we're going to go for a quick break. We'll go for a quick pee break because I need to pee as well. And poor Scott has texted me like I'm going to piss myself. So yeah, we'll go for a quick 5-minute break, and then come back, and we'll get back into it, and I'll be able to tell you about the stuff that you've just found.
Qualifier.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, BJs.
All right.
to the guys, Seb, you can choose to take a short rest here, in which they have decided unanimously, because you've got this massive pile of gold to count. So I thought spending a short rest after that fight to count through the gold and shit like that. Alright?
Sure thing.
So just let me know when you've got the stream back up, Donald.
Yeah, it's back up. Voices are
Okay,
back.
cool. So, after spending a short rest, counting the gold, finding out what this hat does, and you've got the little blood red vial. You've laid that aside. In total, there is 900 gold pieces to count and to split evenly, plus this one little red vial, which no one knows what it does yet, and plus the hat, of which Donald has taken the time to find its basic properties and what it does, so he can choose to tell the group if he wishes. It's roughly this was about 6 a.m. through the fight. It's around about 8 a.m. now. That's what he's want to do.
Bad 900 gold before
Yeah.
breakfast.
You had breakfast at like 4:45 this morning.
Normal people breakfast.
Yeah, normal people. Second breakfast.
Second
Oh, perfect time. I should have went. Aye, we've had one. Okay, second breakfast. Missed it.
Alright, well,
Perfect opportunity.
once I've recuperated,
Mhm.
I'm
So
just
180 gold for everybody.
Yeah, 180 gold for everyone.
I'm just kind of leaning. I'm just kind of leaning.
There is small benches here that you can like sit on and like.
Yeah. I'll say I'm sitting on the bench, just kind of leaning. I spin like the hat on my finger,
hmm
and then
Oh,
I'm
you've
like,
got it.
yeah,
Yeah,
I've
Donald's
still
got
got
it.
it in my hand, and
Wait, but I put it on
yeah,
Harry's
but
head.
I still.
Yeah,
I borrowed it.
he asked Ari and Ari gave him it.
So spinning the hat on my finger, and I go. So I found out that this is a hat of disguise. Still spinning it on my finger.
I has this.
Yeah, so a hat of disguise, basically, the person who is attuned to it has the spell disguise self. So they can disguise themselves into anything that is roughly the same height of them as them. I think it's 1 foot below and 1 foot above what they are, and whoever's attuned to it has that.
I'm just spinning
But
it.
they need to wear it. They need to wear it, obviously.
Continue to spin up my finger, and just look a bit, see if anybody's interested.
I'm just busy looking
Was,
over that map of the Eastern
interested, but-
Kingdoms.
Is you interested, Harry?
Yeah.
Please give it to Ari. That would be fucking gold.
Be anything
I
you
mean-
want.
Oh, well, I'll say.
Yeah, you don't sound any different. You still sound like Ari.
Mm-hmm.
You just
Does the
look
hat
different.
change as well, or does the hat
Pardon?
always stay the same?
What did you say, John?
Does the hat change as well, or does that just stay the same?
When you disguise self, everything changes. It's like a glamour,
Right,
though.
okay.
They
Yeah.
can still touch you like that, but
Yeah, yeah.
the disguise wouldn't change. It would still seem like that, essentially.
Oh, gentlemen, if I may, I think it would be best served on me, just due to the fact that I have innate abilities to change my eye colors, make little sounds and such, and also I'm the only one among these little group that stands out like a fucking taunt in our side, in case we ever go anywhere into a city.
Has a point, but how are you going to wear it? You've got horns, bud. I
Poke
don't know how it
holes
works. You're gonna utterly destroy. But your horns go like every direction. Like you gonna like Tetris try to put this hat on every time. I mean, you can wear it if you want. I mean, I don't know. Does damaging said magic item? Does that do
No.
anything? To it?
Technically, yes, it would
Oh.
ruin the. I mean, it depends what you rule, but if you put holes in a fucking hat, then it's not really, the
Yeah,
item.
I mean, for the sake of making sense, I would say anybody
Wait,
except for Valerians,
I think
unfortunately.
when it comes to like magic items like armor or equipment, like sometimes the rules are is that it kind of shapes to the person attuning to it.
But with a hat, would it? It's like
Yeah, so it might change to like suit on putting on his head. Like it might not go over his horns. It might just like sit in between.
Yeah, I
In
suppose that
between.
could work. You could probably balance it like on the back of your head as well, so it's
Like,
it's not.
I'll do this.
Like I said, he
Yeah,
could,
like that.
Maybe
Seb,
like
like
changes
that.
into like a
Yeah.
bicorn, you know, like a two-pointed hat.
It's on the DM's choice.
yeah,
How we
the way the way
I'll make it so you guys can pick.
yeah, I'll do
You
the,
just have to be able to interpret it
like
yourself.
since you know you're tuned to it, like if you tried to put it on now, it would be difficult. But if you tuned to it, it would kind of change its shape so that he could put it on his head easily.
correct.
That's what I will do.
Right, so you spend a short rest, count the gold.
I fling,
Pardon me.
I flip the hat to Valeri after spinning.
Okay.
it.
We all got 180 gold, yeah?
Yep.
Yes, 180 each.
I have
Um,
more now.
Yeah, so you spend the hour taking time, things like that.
Can I make a question?
Mhm.
Who kept the bag?
Whoever
Actually,
wanted
we
it.
did. Kicking a bit.
The bag
I
is
mean,
still
I'll have
there.
the bag. That could be very useful.
Sure thing. Scott, you can add a bag of holding to your inventory.
I'll just
Hold-
launch
hold-
the back
hold-
because I'm still tempted with it. But
One thing.
Sleeping bag.
What? Right. Point of logicality, right? Listen. If we give the bag to this gentleman right here, right, and we put shit in it, and this motherfucker just vamps out for like a day, what the fuck are we gonna do if we need something that's in the bag?
True.
I'm going to
mean-
counter that by saying he could wind up potentially going to other places and find interesting shit to bring to us.
But my stuff.
But that's like one item.
So
he'll be
Scott, I'm
back.
going to send you something now. You can add this into your inventory.
I mean,
So
If this count fams out with all 4 or all 5 of our items, like combined, that's a lot more shit than if he just finds a random thing in a random place and brings it back.
But
Well,
shine
that's if you decide to put your stuff into the bagger.
Right.
I mean,
You want to carry everything all day then?
Yeah, pretty much. I don't trust anybody but myself
I mean,
Fair
with
enough.
my stuff.
he still had some control over his body. He may throw his bag before teleporting.
I'm just going to keep my stuff in it for the moment.
No,
Fair
I'm,
enough. Have a
I'm
discussion.
completely alright with it. I'm just saying, for the sake of bringing it up, in case anybody has an objection to your shit. just
Remember, all I
vamping out.
have is a coat and pockets. I don't have any bags.
Yeah, you guys bought backpacks at the store. He doesn't have anything like that yet.
I just have my coat.
Mate,
You can
that
imagine
sounds
what
like,
it'd be like putting all this gold in these little pouches.
mate, that sounds
Jingling
like
all
a
the way.
you problem, mate.
So Scott, wait a minute. The bag has an interior space considerably larger than outside dimensions, roughly 2 feet in diameter at the mouth, 4 feet deep. The bag can hold up to 500 pounds in weight, not exceeding a volume of 64 cubic feet. The bag weighs 15 pounds regardless of its contents. Retrieving an item from this bag requires an action. So if you put like a sword in this bag, for example, and you go, yeah, I want to pull this sword out, if you're in combat, it requires one action to pull this sword out. Just till you can.
Okay.
Holy
And-
shit, this is broken. Yeah.
Also, if you put another item in, like another bag of holding inside a bag of holding, you're going to rip open the astral plane,
Yeah.
and everything
don't-
is gone.
It just
Don't cross
reminds
the
me.
streams.
That
Don't
reminds
cross the
me like the bag of holding in Space Station 13 is that if you did that, the like a literal black hole opens and starts eating the
Yep.
station.
Yeah, it
That's,
would be like,
that's basically what happens. Yeah.
yeah, it would. Yeah, it's not pretty. And if anybody is in a 10 feet of this rupture, I will say they're sucked
Oh, yeah.
into the astral plane and fired somewhere in one of the dimensions. Just so you
That's quite
can.
unfortunate.
Good thing we don't have two.
No, because they're very
Right,
expensive items.
No,
And they're
Trent,
fucking
so
rare as
no.
shit.
I'll pick up
Yeah.
the vial of red stuff as well.
Okay. So
Keep it hold it.
just add red glass vial into your inventory as well until you find out what it does. Okay, so I'll jump these back to this page. So you can all be down here. And Drin, you can add your thing up.
Can use the cannon as a, or the bag as a cannon of shrapnel as well. Put a whole bunch of like sharp shit in it, and then you turn it inside out, and it explodes.
Shotgun.
As you leave the the sunken cottage. Can I get everybody to make me a perception check, please?
Oh wait. I need to check
Suddenly,
something.
dragon.
No.
Hold on. I forgot.
Oh, 19.
Beef.
Alright, it's only a long rest. Alright, fair enough.
And Enoch.
Sorry, I'm doing something.
Yeah. It's
Win
fine.
it.
I mean, I rolled a natural 20, so
Oh, well, I'll get my D6 back.
So what is it exactly we're not seeing?
since Vex rolled higher, I mean, I'm not going to tell you the specifics, but
Roll higher. Natural
rolled
20.
higher than all of yous. I rolled a natural 20 on advantage.
Right. So we don't see shit.
Yeah, it's Vex that sees it. Vex, you pick up on a shadowy figure around 50 meters to your south,
Well, how does he see it?
because he's looking around and he picks up on it, whereas you guys are
I don't
looking.
know what it is. I just see like.
Yeah,
a
he doesn't know
silhouette.
what it is. It's just like out of the peripheral of his vision, he sees something move, essentially.
Like,
Did
Quick
you
back.
roll a
immediately.
spell check for him?
Yep.
Then he doesn't see shit.
Even if you
So
rolled
he
a 20. Even if you rolled 19 and I rolled a natural 20.
Yeah, it's a contested roll. You don't see shit. It's like hiding.
Oh, right, sorry. Well, yeah.
That's
you
why I
don't see
was
anything.
confused as to like.
Yeah, sorry, I wasn't sure if you had to think. Oh, well, cool, you don't see fucking anything.
That's a goddamn thing.
Now I'm just anticipating.
I was
fucking
immediately going to be just
backstab.
like.
Oh.
And
I wasn't sure.
It,
I wasn't sure how it worked. But that's fair. That's fine to remember.
Yeah, if their stealth rolls
And
higher than
theoretically,
their perception, they're
this
hidden.
is you're letting us roll perception, but normally you'd use the passive perception because we're not actively looking around unless we specify.
All right, okay, cool.
I wouldn't
It's
have seen
just
it anyway.
however you want to do it, obviously. But
No, that's fine. That's fine. We're learning.
I've
I'll always
done
be
it.
learning.
that's how I've done it with you guys as well. Like often you guys are being watched by someone, and I roll stealth checks to against your passive perception, and so far no one has ever noticed that you guys are being watched.
Right. Okay. Well, you don't see anything. Then. That's
Just
fair.
giving away the game.
So, yous need to make your way to the east still. So in this direction. How do you want to do it?
Well, back to it, I guess.
Yeah.
Look around.
Presuming the east is like kind of.
Yeah, I'll say with John's 19 roll there, I'll just implement it as he can see multiple large fallen trees in the bog, plus large mounds coming out of the bog itself, and like thick hollow trees on them and throughout the bog there is multiple fallen trees.
I'll immediately point that out to the party and say, okay, so there seems to be several different ways that we can proceed here. But
Like-
I'll,
When he points it out, do I see it?
Yeah, he'll point it out to you. Well, I mean, that's up to him, but I would assume he would point it out to you.
Look like terrain or
Yeah, he's pointing out, like, because you need to move to the east, he's pointing out potential paths. Like fallen
Right.
trees that you could cross the bog with and stuff like that.
we could
but
go
in particularly
potentially-
these mounds, do they look like terrain?
Yeah, they're like mounds of the ground that are coming out.
All right.
Not like really high, but they're solid ground that's not marsh and bog is. They're coming out with large trees coming out of them.
I mean, I'm still sitting back, sort of. So.
Yeah, we'll go
So
back
what do you
to
wanna do?
the usual marching order.
Yeah, what's your marching order?
And I
Same as
think-
before?
Yeah.
Dren, where do you want to go?
I want to ask Vex if he
I'll
could go
take-
ahead of me.
I'll take the second place this time.
Right, so it's Ari, and then
Yeah.
Vex.
Are you
And
still
then-
fucked up?
I'm
They rolled a
I'm-
break.
better, but I could still be a bit
Hold on, I
better.
need to refresh the page. Something's
I'm
That's fine.
halfway. I'm like literally
I'll
halfway.
put you behind Denoch.
Put me behind Jordan, please.
Aye. And then Valerie. I love how the way I write it comes up Valerie.
So I reckon if I can give you hit
I mean,
points, if that's
That's
meta game, I
basically
don't know.
how you write it, but it's all
No, it's just got to be fancy E above it.
yeah, it's old Latin, Valeria.
Just for the sake of security, and I'm going to suggest that everybody else does as well. I'm going to just have the armature just like out and just fucking behind me in case we get jumped by anything else. I recommend that everybody else keeps their weapons in hand or at least close to hand.
Well, yeah, I'm used to chop down shit.
I don't know if
Right,
I
that's
could
true.
tell you my hit points. I reckon if that's meta game, I don't know.
No.
How do, how,
Don't
how do
metagame
you
it,
look?
I'm just curious. No.
Oh,
Let me see.
If you look like you're okay and you're like able to
Is that
keep
with
walking
what you
and
rolled,
like,
Donald?
oh, you guys had a short rest, right? Yeah.
yeah, I used 2
Yeah.
hit dice.
Remember and take your AC back
yeah,
down.
yeah.
Depend on how long does Shield of Faith last.
10 minutes.
10
10
minutes
minutes.
concentration. So
Alright, it's
I
gone
would
then.
be done.
Donald looks alright, I'll say. He's been better, but he looks not too bad.
I'm gonna save it then for now.
Aye, right. Okay, so
I'm trying
How do you wanna go?
I'm trying to squeeze in. I'm just gonna...
Oh, I say there's. We could either go back across the log.
Wait. We found 3 potions, right?
one.
We found
Well,
one.
you
We
did
found-
this
we
just
found
one
one
vial.
red potion.
strange jam shit.
The previous one.
There was like 2 green ones or something like that.
Yeah, but I'm sure you used two, I think, unless they're in someone's inventory.
We never used
So
them.
I think somebody
No.
can still hear them.
I don't think they were healing potions. I think they were
Well,
little
maybe-
green vials.
Yeah, they were just little green,
Green
vials.
vials,
that's all we
yeah.
knew.
Yeah, they were little green vials. You've never identified, or I never tried to figure out what they do.
fair enough.
Nobody
enough.
tongued it yet. And I'm not tonguing anything anytime soon with this
I'm
hit point.
not gonna try right now.
I'm always game to tongue something.
I mean, it's up to you if you want to try and figure out what that red vial does. It's totally on
I
you.
think we should
Like-
maybe do that when we're in like at least at a camp or
Okay.
someplace more secure than the middle of
I'll
a
get-
swamp filled with giant worms and mimics.
Get one of the hearty boys to tongue
Man
them.
has
Man has a point.
That's not the point.
Right, moving?
It's on you, yeah. If you want to cross the
Are we moving,
trees and make your way there.
gentlemen?
Let's go.
So as you cross trees, you will need to roll dexterity checks due to the nature of. Oh my God, Donald's face
Yeah.
is frozen golden.
We could get like pretty far without actually touching or crossing
Yeah,
a tree.
remember these kind of areas is all bog.
Mhm.
It's all like 3.5 feet deep bog, and you
Yes,
don't know if there's
yes.
anything in it. So the trees are. It's a catch-22. You can cross via the bog and risk anything if there's anything in it, or you can cross the trees and risk sliding off. But that is your decision.
They went in the bog and got poisoned.
Yep.
So.
Sean, your mic's quite far away from this, but
Very quiet.
They got point.
thank you.
They got poisoned, so why not stay away from the bog?
Yeah,
Also
I'll
a
probably
wise
It'll
decision.
take us longer if we do that as well. Just... You can do that? Yeah, it should probably take us longer.
What I'm actually going to do is I'm gonna spread my wings and I'm gonna
was
fly
waiting
over
on it.
this bitch.
Okay. Well, remember the boughs of these trees go up,
I
and
understand.
they're quite heavy. So if you're just doing if you're just hopping essentially, because the trees are quite low and thick and heavy, so you'll have to hop in like 10 or 15 foot increments of height. Kind of go too high or you'll clothesline.
That's fine. I'm just gonna like sort of like use it like a jump pack to like launch myself across these little islands.
Where to?
Me?
Yeah.
Well, I'm following the group, but I'm
Yeah,
just
so-
trying not to like sink into the fucking bog again because I have no lay on hands. So that's
I'm
Do you have
gonna-
the strength to pick people up? Could you carry people? I don't know how your thingy works.
that's up to you. I technically can, yes, obviously.
Yeah, I'll say you could. The only person you could carry is Drin and Dinoc.
Yeah, because they're lightweight.
Due to their race and they're quite lithe. John's character's quite tall and quite
Yeah,
big.
but I can, Jesus. I can pick one of you up and just like help carry you guys across. I don't know which one. I'll probably do Dinoc because he's already hurt. I'll, like help him jump over these little islands.
That's up to you. That's up to
flap my
Dinoc
wing.
if he wishes it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll let the others, I'll let Vex lead.
just to make sure no one gets poisoned.
Guess I'm in front of
Hold on, I need to make this fucking one a bit bigger. There we go.
That tree just grew.
Mimic!
Actually,
Ari runs over and starts
Burn it
carving
with
it.
fire!
suggest to the group that we should try and stick to as much solid ground as possible. We don't want a repeat of the massive magic sliding
So-
tree into the nether layer.
Is this tree's crossable?
Yeah,
Right.
and
So
then
we
you can
could-
go up this way.
Alright, so we could just go this way.
Yep.
Cross. I'm assuming a dex check.
Yeah, dex check for
Although-
everyone crossing.
But before we do that, can we technically go this way until, or is that bog there?
That's bog there, yeah.
Right, never mind. Never mind.
Dex check.
Just straight there.
Okay, wow.
Holy
Fucking
fucking shit!
hell.
Like
Yeah,
a
like this.
fucking swan.
I was just like, fuck this shit. Leap! Backflip!
So the first
oh,
two people cross with ease. These are now up here.
And
So,
like,
Valeria
would you
should
like us to
jump in,
make-
yeah.
like dex rolls with advantage or something? Is that an idea?
For what, sorry?
For me and the Dinark, because I'm jumping across with my wings.
Grin, you make it across. 12 was the DC. Yeah, go for it, yeah. No, I would probably say strength. Would it not be because you're lifting them?
Oh, that's fine too. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, go
you
for
want.
make a strength check with advantage. Because you're lifting Dinoc.
Strength save or check.
Just a check. Easily. Yep. Flying colours.
I'm just picking it like this.
Yep, you're literally just bear hugged. Right across
This
to land beside the group.
after credit scene from Far From
Yeah,
Home.
he's gonna. Yep. Yeah, so you're on a. You're on like a small island area with a big thick tree in front of you. You've got plenty of space to move for the five of yous. But obviously you've got to be careful with the swamp on either side. He's continuing.
Yes.
On that note that I just made a Spider-Man reference, I didn't even realise I was wearing the T-shirt.
I forgot to put a tree in there, so there is meant to be a tree in there. It's just you know,
Wander a bit.
Alright, so
there's a tree meant to be there. So
Just
fucking...
move one of the resources you've got.
Oh, yep, there we go. Thanks, John. Yep, there's a tree there, boys.
A very big tree. I guess.
Yep, you and Dinoc again. You and Dinoc clear the tree, Valeria, so
I
you're
never-
over here now.
Another dex check.
Yep, a minute, I need to roll.
And Bex falls.
Vex falls. Ooh, okay.
Like,
Yep,
man,
Vex. Dren makes it across easily enough.
I wanted
Vex-
to see if my roll would have
You're
made
like
it.
there.
Yeah, it would have
I
made
rolled an
it.
18.
Yeah, you're safely across. It's just Vex that fell way steep again.
Awkward, man. He's grown up
Can
and
we
he's
just-
not like
we're just
leaping
gonna
up the
wade.
spider web.
Yep. So
So I have disadvantage on attacks and
yeah, so you are now poisoned.
Poisoned.
Right. So as you cross, you come upon. You can't just smell. It smells.
Sorry,
I
bye bye.
No, you smell salt
I
in the
smell a
air.
Smelly smell.
and this.
Alex?
You smell salt, Alex.
Oh.
No,
I didn't get that one.
you smell a breeze, like a sea breeze, salt in the air.
Right, gents. Smell the Lord of Salt.
So yous are pretty much here. Yous are pretty much down here. Obviously, this map is different. Like yous are pretty much like here. So put your icons down in that little corner.
On that
You
wee
put
gully.
your icon down in the corner.
Whoa. Whoa.
I've smelt this only once
We're
before.
down here.
It wasn't the cost.
Yes.
Was that where your ship crashed?
Oh,
I don't think we see it yet, so we'll hold that question.
No, he's anyway. Aye.
The barbarian is particularly savage.
One might say they're savage orc.
No.
That's
Oh.
Warhammer.
So you hear the cawing of gulls above you, as the trees start to look a lot less swamp-like. They start to look a bit more free, open spaces between them, and the ground is slowly changing from mud to dirty sand. Dirty sand. You progress on further.
I like them.
You can hear the waves against the. I like them dirty. You can hear the waves against the rocks.
Do you not have a sea kind of sound?
I do. Just fucking somewhere. Hold the bus.
For my
Oh,
reference,
fuck
is
you.
this where my ship crashed?
No. So for reference, Seb, your ship crashed. Let's just jump you back. Your ship crashed like here.
Oh,
If
okay.
you zoom out, like down the bottom. You see it?
Yeah.
Are we yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He's back.
So I've got the Kevin Bridges. Hang on ahead, man.
And you're back. Yeah. So you can hear the water hitting the waves, and it's still early morning, and the sun's coming through in beams. What do you want to do?
I'm assuming we
Rest
didn't
forward.
see anything up ahead just yet.
No.
Guess we'll just keep advancing until.
Look, just little birdies.
Little.
Yeah, just advance forward.
Yeah, just slowly forward. Keeping an eye out.
I'm not even in the
So what's the marching order still the same? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
Pretty
still.
much.
I am just behind. Making sure that if anything jumps, I can put my shield in front of him.
Right. Okay. So as you are walking forward, Ari, you lurch suddenly as from the distance an arrow comes streaking through the trees right into your shoulder, and you take
Ah, my clavicle!
Sniper, get down!
and you take that's a 3, so and you take 5 piercing damage as an arrow slams into your upper shoulder. I need everybody to roll initiative again, please.
Yeah. I know you just changed it to sea music,
Yep.
but
Yep.
Everybody click on your icon.
finally, Jesus Christ!
So I need to
I think Drink should go after me for that.
Scott.
I think
This
Drink
is-
should go first for.
Driz-
for you.
Right.
Yeah, just bear with me because I need to actually write initiative for all these fucking things.
Just guess which fuckers are going last.
Look at these fucking initiative rolls, bro.
That's dirty. Right, so talk amongst yourselves and whilst I do this because this is quite a lot for me to write down.
Alright, get down! And I like run up and like put my shield in front of him.
We need to determine where the arrow came from.
I can tell you now, I'm gonna stealth. if
You
I
can determine with Ari being up front, it came from a northeasterly direction. So,
Going by last
Up
session,
here.
I saw a skull glint that way.
So scope glide, fuck off.
Because Jordanis
Alex,
needs to
did you
roll
not
for the
did you not say I could cast the mage armor before battle? Didn't cost anything.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
guess it
yeah, so you can do that now if you want, yeah. As I'm doing this, you can...
basically,
Last
Scott,
8 hours.
what I advise when you're running your character in mage armor is just cast it at the beginning of the day because it stays for 8 hours.
Especially if you spend one of your special points, you can turn that to 12.
Yeah, you can extend it if you wanted to.
Quick question. Does a
Double
short
it.
rest get rid of 1 level of exhaustion?
No,
No.
just a long
Just
rest.
long rest.
Just a long rest. Yeah.
I forgot that you're
You still won't
exhausted.
make click.
Oh yeah, he's
You
exhausted.
need to watch that frenzy, man.
And Dre and Vex is poisoned as well.
Yeah.
So just remember that as well.
Like,
That would be the...
You still need to
I
click
didn't
on
ex- I
mage
didn't
armor.
expect
just
only
don't
one
use it.
card.
You don't need to click on it if you just. We all can what it kind of does, as long as you remember what it does.
In general, for like abilities like frenzy and like your vigor abilities, be careful with how you spend it.
Yeah.
Because often like small encounters are just done in 2 rounds.
I wasn't expecting a mimic encounter to be that easy.
That's what
Easy.
I would say is like you
Easy.
You only
Dino
like-
nearly died, but yeah.
I would say like when things get dire, that's when you frenzy, because it's like, oh, like shit's gone down. then you go.
You know that like you're in a situation where like the enemy has got an advantage over you. That's when you use shit like that. But you know, a mimic is just like, oh hi puppy. At least that's how I do it.
Imagine you've got a lady Donald, the dog.
Right, so that's the initiative order written down.
Whereas Scott's magic is like whoosh, you know, smoke, you know.
Yeah, I need to write down their. I need to write down their healths. Jesus. So.
My armor class is 14. Mage
Yep.
armor saying it becomes 13 plus dexterity modifier.
Yes.
Correct. What is your dex modifier?
Probably one.
I think it's like 2 or something like that.
Just look at
Doesn't
your
mage
dex.
armor
Yeah, he's got
Oh,
2.
what is your
work?
dex? Tell me what your dex is.
So he's got 15.
Dex is
Doesn't mage
2
armor
and then
only work?
underneath it's 14.
It's just a
What's
2.
the big number?
I can't understand because everybody's talking at the same time.
Dex is 2 and underneath is 14. On the wee
That's
bit
2.
Yeah, so that's a plus 2
Just-
modifier.
Yeah. So what's his AC being 14 just now?
No,
Um,
that
Mage
your
armor
AC
DC.
is 15 total.
I was just away to say that. I was just away. His AC is 14 just now, but it would be 15.
Oh, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
So it
I
goes
mean,
up to
sometimes I never get to finish my sentences, but it's fine, Alex. It's fine, bud. I'm not raging. I'm going to kill you.
Mage armor only works for people that aren't wearing armor.
Aye, it's for people with light armor.
I had a
Right.
I
So
had a build for one of my warlocks where I was able to get my AC up to 18 at level 2.
yeah, we're not going to talk about that. So
Disgusting.
you guys haven't actually walked onto the beach, so you don't know what actually hit you. Just yeah.
Except it's sticking out my shoulder.
Yeah, you don't know who shot it. You don't know who fired what. So
You
I'm
know
just gonna
what
put,
hit you, but not.
yeah, I'm
who
just
got
gonna put
it.
the icons in just now, just so.
Oh, gimlets.
I need to actually find them. Give me a second.
Gobbles.
Wait, is he holding a crossbow?
Aye.
So I've got a bolt sticking out.
No,
Yep.
it's a longbow, but I didn't have. You know, I'm limited. I'm limited with the tokens I have.
Wait, hold up, a longbow.
Yep.
That'll be the height of the goblin, would it not?
There we go.
Yeah,
It's not a
like-
goblin.
Oh, it's an orc.
So no, it's not an orc. Shut the fuck up and stop guessing. I'm not gonna tell you. It's literally the only tokens I have.
Now wishy washies.
Yeah, they're not very nice.
They're mimics!
Oh god. Right.
You're gonna regret putting mimics in this game.
I
Yeah,
am.
fucking. They're mimics. They're mimicking gobbles.
Right. Okay. I'm gonna put.
You never know.
I have an idea of what I'm going to do.
What are you gonna? All right. I was about to say, what are you gonna do? And it was a fucking.
I think I should be pretty high up. I'm gonna let Scott go first because he got the natural,
Well, yeah. I was gonna say he would probably be going first.
and then I'll be after him.
Is that what is that class does? I don't know. Oh yeah. So. Yeah. That's that size.
Oh god, it's a dire wolf.
I think I know what he's doing.
Uh,
A short rest, does that restore a spell slot? Like,
only if you're
Nope.
a wizard.
Only
have
if
a
you were a
trait that does
wizard.
Harry.
a wizard,
Harry.
Harry.
Only if you're Harry.
But you
Okay.
get or a warlock, by the way. That's why multi-classing warlocks into sorcerers is broken as fuck because you get unlimited spell shots.
No, I'm just gonna copy and paste these ones. Yep.
There's a sorcerer warlock hybrid build that allows you. It's called a coffee lock or a cocaine lock, and you can quite literally get unlimited spell slots.
Right, so top of the round, we have either Dinoc or Drin.
I'll let Drin take that for the natural 20.
Okay, so in front of you, whatever shot at you has like, I'll say half cover due to the terrain in front. So you'll need to move to then get a visual perspective on
Me.
whatever it is that's going on. Your mic's muted, I think, Scott.
No, it's
No, I'm
Is it
still
not?
here.
Oh, right, it's just I never heard you. I thought you said something, but I never heard you.
No, right, okay. Move
Pardon
up
me.
to here to try and get a look.
Yeah, I mean, they'll still have, because of the bushes being in, like, there. So I'll say they've got half cover.
Yeah.
But I don't know how half cover works with ranged spell attacks, of course.
No wanting to move.
Well-
I'm just
It depends. Depends A on the spell, depends B on where they're standing.
Well, they're in the open. There's as Drin. So I'll say as Drin turns the corner, he sees an 8-foot tall, large beast.
Excuse
a-
me, 8 foot tall?
Yeah, the big motherfucker. Roll me a history check, Scott. Quickly, just fucking tell if you. You've seen them before, but you, with your backstory, you haven't had any personal experience, but you know what they are. It's a gnoll, a large gnoll, holding a longbow that is big, probably about 6 feet in length. It's a huge bow, thick wood, from what you can see. And there's also a group of small green-skinned goblins that are currently charging at you. And over in the side you can see like a ruined like campsite, and this huge, or this large wolf like trudging over, growling, blood coming out of its maw, saliva just dripping, doing blood red eyes. So that's what you see.
fantastic.
Didn't realise Noel's got that big.
Those are big, well, especially this one.
Are you gonna do the Matt Mercer thing with the nose big fuckers?
Maybe.
I need to try and get this information to the group.
Yeah, you can shout it back to them.
I'm gonna just shout out Knoll and Goblin to the group.
Okay.
And just try and see what spells maybe I can.
Did you mark off your spell slots for using Scorching Ray and stuff, yeah?
How does one do that?
Let me see your spell sheet, I'll show you. So on your spell sheet, hold on, more of that down. How it's got, kind of it says 2 and then 2 and then 4 and 4.
Oh yeah.
You just basically mark it down.
So just drop it down to 1.
Well, how many, you used Chaos Bolt and for your
Chaos
level
Bolt.
1 in that last fight, didn't you?
Yes.
It was Chaos Bolt and Scorching Ray, so you've got 3 level 1s and 1 level 2 plus all your cantrips.
Right, so in that case, I'll
But did you use Mage Armor on yourself?
No, I didn't.
Yes,
you
but
did.
not in battle.
Yeah, but it's fine. So you've still got
Alright.
2 then, because it still counts because it's 8 hours. So you've got 2 level 1s left. You've still got a fucking lot.
Right, I'm gonna just throw an acid splash at them.
Okay, which one are you targeting? Or what are you? Are you in range?
Aye, good
I would
question.
assume so. What's the range on your spell?
Yes.
Acid splash.
90? That's it?
I think it's 60.
Maybe
I think
60.
it- and then, aye, 60 feet it'll just.
Right. Okay. Cool. You're in range. Sweet. What one? What are you attacking?
So I'm gonna target the closest swordsman.
It's the goblin. Closest goblin that's going to charge at you.
Closest
Sweet.
goblin.
Roll for an attack.
Boom!
Yeah, that hits. Roll for damage.
Excellent. Click. 6.
So
Just kinda-
yeah, just describe what you're going to do.
You just see like a small globe of acid forming in my hand, and I just underthrow it right at him. Just melts through some dank armor, yo.
Yeah, you can see that this goblin is screeching in pain, just writhing on the ground, just rubbing sand into its wounds, trying to stop the burning of this acid. Is that you?
Yep, that's me.
Cool. Dinoc, bud, it's your turn.
Right, cool. I want to move. 5, 10, 20. Can I move into here?
Yeah, it's a bush, so yeah, I'll make it. Yeah.
Would it be covering me? Can I stealth in this?
You could roll a stealth check to see.
Right, I'll use my bonus action to stealth.
Right, and I'll roll a thingy against it. Okay. I mean, I'll try. Yeah, roll a 12.
So I am now hidden.
You believe you're hidden, yes.
And since I am hidden, I want to throw a nifk at the same gobble.
Okay. It stood back up. It's in heavy pain.
And because I'm stealth and all that damage on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeet.
Yeah, that hits and then some.
And,
Yep.
2d6.
Gone. Just gone. Yeah, it only had 1 HP.
Well, I'm just making sure.
But yeah, these are just goblins. They're not hard monsters to kill.
So yeah.
So yeah, you see. We'll go for Doctor Strange styles blades.
Yeah.
That kind of
I just
image.
go.
You see that image, yeah, coming from Denock's hand as he then spins it in a discus and it slices one goblin in half.
Well, I can't, but
Wow. So, I mean,
it goes through
Oh,
it and
it's
it just kind of just stiffens and then face plants.
aye. For flavour, fuck you, Donald. Your stupid psionic class that does shows no damage. Okay,
Hey,
is
was
that
it
you?
that made it? Yeah, I can't hear anything.
I never made it.
I'm revealed, by the way, because it hit.
Aye. Valeri, boy, it's your turn. Boy.
Wait, would I be in half cover?
Aye, all of it.
Okay. I can't remember how much
Jordan,
that was.
just sorry for Alex's turn. Is that rock there full or half cover?
The half cover. It's not a huge rock, but it's enough to get behind. Valeri, what you doing?
Yeah, give me a more second. Yeah, I'm just running up, first of all, towards wherever the fuck this shit is coming from. I don't really think I can get very far, but
Is your wings not still up? I don't know if how long that kind of thing lasts for your class.
oh, they don't have a timer. They're just always there.
Oh.
I just have wings.
Alright, okay, cool.
You have
I
a
thought it
flight
was maybe like a daily feat or something like that.
No, you only have
Oh,
a flight
no.
speed.
I just have a fly speed.
Right, okay.
I'm gonna move here first of all. Well,
Okay.
yeah. Do I see shit?
Yeah, you can see what the rest of them see, or what they three see. So you see the 3 goblins charging at you, the dire wolf, or the large dire wolf warg kind of creature, stalking towards you, and the large hulking gnoll, like chieftain in the back, we'll say. Up the back of them with a longbow in hand, knocking another arrow.
Well, I will. I will cast Bless.
Mm-hmm.
I will hit myself.
Okay.
I will hit Ari,
Mm-hmm.
and I will hit Dino.
Okay. So you two are blessed, yeah.
Yeah, all of you have a D4 to your attack rolls and saves.
Quick question: how much damage does a javelin do?
Because 1d8 is it?
I have it right here. 1d8 is.
Yeah, 1d8.
Plus your strength.
Yeah, plus your strength
And
modifier.
if you have a proficiency with everything, if that's specific.
Proficiency doesn't do more damage, it's just for to hit.
If I hit cog, damage 1d6
Alright.
plus strength plus 0.
Come again?
Yeah, the 0 is if it's like a plus weapon.
Right,
Is it a d6? I don't know, I can't tell on my
1d6.
I have it on my
zero.
page.
Yeah, the strength plus 0 just means if you get like a plus weapon, so you do plus 1 to your attack.
Javelin's 1d6, yeah.
And what's the range?
Okay, go.
30.
30, 120.
30, 120.
Oh yeah,
So you can throw it normally at 30 feet, but
Two,
if you're
two
throwing
seconds,
it,
Sean. I'll fix it now.
if you're throwing it any further than 30 feet, you have to throw it at a disadvantage.
correct.
So if you were to, yeah,
Give me a minute, Sean. I'm fixing this.
if you can throw it up to there just normally, but if you wanted to throw from there, you would roll disadvantage for that.
There you go. Oh, +4 new. Oh, +4 from your strength. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
Right. Okay. I'll be fucking pat my chance there. Right. Okay. Dino. Sorry, Valeria. It's still your turn.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Bless this.
Oh, yeah, sorry, that was my turn. Apologies.
Oh, right.
I-
Okay.
yeah.
It is now the goblins' turns. I'm just going to roll for the 3 of them that are left. They are going, after seeing their friend being also rudely turned to ash, acid
Just
encompassing them, one of them is going to turn and fire a shot with its short bow at Drin. Ooh, that's 6 plus 4, 10. Does 10 hit?
no.
No, it's not
No.
a 15.
Cool. The second one's going to follow suit and do the same. 7. See, all 2 of these goblins utterly fail. The last one's going to try and take the last shot to see if it will connect. 12 plus 4, 16.
Yeah, that hit.
Ah, just.
Fuck you! So that is okay. Of course I would roll a 1. You take 3 piercing damage.
Skims them.
Well, your mage armor, does that reduce bludgeon, piercing, slashing?
Just gives them AC.
I'm not sure. I'd rather just check.
I'm sure.
Mage armor does not know.
I wasn't sure if it did. Oh god, I'm throwing my dice everywhere. Yeah, so you take 3 points of piercing damage.
Just.
3.
And they're going to use their movement, which I'm assuming is 30. There it is. And they're going to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 15, 20, 25, 30.
I'm assuming we can go through this bit.
20, 25, 30. Yes. Okay, that is their turn. It is now Vex's turn.
Okay, I've still got the armature summoned and it's kind of Talon's form.
Mm-hmm.
Bearing in mind I have poison at the moment, so
Yeah.
this is gonna. But I don't have any spellcasting ability left at the moment, so I'm gonna run right up to these cunts.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to take one swipe at the one on the right, and then use my bonus action to bring the other arm round and swipe at the one on the left.
Okay, what's an attack?
Attack was...
Pardon me.
Try to split it.
Yeah, that one hits. This one here, yeah. Yeah, they both hit. Roll for damage on both.
Da-da-da,
Mm-hmm.
and da-da-da.
Okay, mark that down. Describe what you're going to do. They're not dead, but just describe your action.
Rex appears to be in a rather foul mood, so it's just like one of them just rakes across the gut and the other one rakes up into its face.
They are looking hurt and very scared that their chieftain just decided to piss off a random group of adventurers. For no reason.
Mistakes have been made.
Yep, mistakes were made. It is now Barry's turn.
Get that out of
It says Jack D and Coke.
Yeah, that's he's drinking his rage potion.
Hey, the thing is, I was gonna throw a javelin because they were quite far away, but now they're close.
I mean,
Yeah.
like you can still throw a
Well,
javelin.
you
It'll
can
be
still
a
throw
lot
a javelin,
easier as
yeah.
well. You won't have disadvantage if you throw it here.
It's up to you if you. Oh, there you go. It's up to you if you want to throw one,
Yeah.
or if you want to just run. Sean, you alright, bud?
It's not a good idea to have monitors plugged into the wall socket of a fridge.
Yeah, you literally just went black, and then the light come on, and you were like. It would have been worse if like Claire was behind you like this.
Just a knife.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm gonna rage.
There you go.
because he's been hit, you can just see saliva is just going everywhere because he's just that pissed. Right? He just snaps the arrow. Snaps the arrow shaft in half.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just gonna launch a javelin.
Okay. Go for an attack on whichever one you're going for.
So all the guys are
can hit
in
all
normal range.
Yeah, all those javelins are in normal range.
Okay. This one here, what's he looking at? Oh, hold on.
This one?
Aye, what's he looking like?
He's looking fine. Looking shaken, but he's
Like
looking fine. Which one? That one. The other two of them, yeah, they're looking fucked.
Well, this one to the right of Vex is gonna get a javelin, hopefully.
Cool, roll for an attack.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah.
Double ones, that's fucked.
Cat eyes up in this bish. So as Ari rages, breaks the arrow shaft,
Straight up.
he takes the javelin out of his pack, throws it, but with a sudden pain in his shoulder, he throws, but it just goes wide and it doesn't travel any further. It doesn't even, it reaches there.
I mean, that
Doesn't
means
reach
you can
that
go and pick
far.
it up. It's just right there.
Yeah.
Would
I'm
that
sorry,
not
bud.
make him angrier?
No, it won't make him angrier, it's
Then he
just a
put
big
him in a
oof.
frenzy, he'll
Like-
get super tired.
Yeah,
Himself, he'd be like Ace Ventura.
I was just thinking, he's just like, and he just like, where'd it go? It goes just straight up. Just straight in front of him, it's just like, oh.
yeah. So you've still got your movement, and if you, I don't know if you've got any bonus actions. I don't think you do. You've still got.
My rage was the bonus action.
Oh, right, okay. You've still got your 30 feet of movement.
How many rages did they have? Did you
He's got one left.
This is after this. I've got one left.
Yeah.
move up and taunt the goblin? Come on.
Okay, so it is now. Okay, give me a second. I need to check what they're. It is the giant direwolf's turn.
Yay.
It's gonna. Yeah. It's gonna sprint straight. So it's gonna go because since it's a large beast. So I would assume it takes up 10 tiles.
Yeah, 10 by 10.
Yeah, 10 by 10, I thought that. So it's gonna go. It's gonna jump and charge. Right. Ari. I'm gonna need to turn him. There we go. Just for. And he's gonna make a biting attack. And he has an advantage because pack tactics.
Oh, okay.
17 plus 5, so 21, that hits. Yep. And it's 2d6 plus 3. So that is 10 points of piercing reduced to 5. And I need Ari to make a strength saving throw when he's back.
He's fucking hot.
He's fucking raging!
So how much damage?
5 because he's raging, it was 10.
Okay.
Can you hear a fan?
No. Mate, your mic seems to adjust volume on the fly,
Yeah.
so you should be fine.
You take 5 points of piercing damage and I need you to make a strength saving throw, please.
Jesus fuck.
I've seen that.
Mimic!
Mimic!
Did you see the fan move?
Yeah. Fucking mimic.
Use his strength saving throw.
Yeah.
Yeah, and 5 points of piercing damage.
I have advantage on it because my rage.
Cool, then just
There you go.
yep, that's totally fine. You're not knocked prone. You're just as this large wolf latches onto your shoulder and just rips at your shoulder. Doesn't seem to do as much damage as what I would thought it was going to do. But yeah, that's its turn, and it is now the Null Pack Lord's turn. And yeah, he is going to take a shot with his longbow because he's still at range at a certain very, very angry looking human with giant glowing red arms surrounding him.
Come at me! Come at me!
15 plus 4, 19.
Oh, that hits my versus.
That is, yep, 1d8. You take 8 points of piercing damage as an arrow rams into your shoulder. And then he's gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 and stand there.
Well, not sweet, I'm just gonna live.
Again, Raging! That's his turn. It is now back up to the top of the round. It is now Drin's turn.
Right.
0 to natural 22.
So am I right in saying the two gobos next to Vex are being held by him and like
They're not being
They're not
held,
held.
they're covered in blood and sliced open pretty much.
They're a bit.
They're not
what
looking
about
well.
the one next to Ari? How's he doing?
He's looking alright. Yeah, I was going to say,
Right,
remember
okay.
there is a giant direwolf next to you as well.
I'm gonna target the will.
Right,
I
okay, go
forgot
for
about the will.
it. Woof woof, motherfucker.
Give me this thing. Oh man, I am going to blast it with Ray of Sickness.
Ooh, alright. Do I need to make any saves?
Doesn't hit.
Doesn't it?
Oh, no.
Unfortunately.
Oh, it doesn't hit.
No, it's only a 4. Sadly. So, the sudden shock of this massive wolf charging around the corner and jumping onto your ally's shoulder kind of makes you and it fizzles off from your tip of your fingers.
See, if you gave me fucking advantage, we wouldn't have had this problem.
What else you doing? You still got your movement, remember?
I'm just gonna move up one square and hope for the fucking best.
Okay, cool. It is now Dinox's turn. What are you doing, bud?
These guys are fucked. I'll be important to take care of him. Just check something. Okay. I'm gonna go for this one.
Okay, roll for an attack.
And I'm not gonna bother still.
Twice then.
Blood. Oh wait, no, I had an advantage. Sorry, we'll
That
say 10.
misses.
Yeah, so we'll say 10.
That
Yep,
misses.
D4.
Oh, you're blessed, you have a d4, yeah, add a d4.
Yeah.
Nah, it still misses, sadly.
Alright,
I put that
seeing
on
this
my
failure, I'll
one.
try.
Yeah, you were gonna have to. No, to be honest, you wouldn't have hit regardless, actually.
Wait, what are you hitting?
He's hitting a goblin.
Hit this
A
one.
gob? Oh, he's got shields.
Yep.
This one.
Yeah, so they've got a higher than normal AC.
I'll seeing that failure, I'll try for a second one.
Roll for an attack.
There we
Oh,
go.
yeah, that hits. And it, yeah, which one are you attacking?
The one next to Ari. This one.
Oh,
Yeah,
able
cool.
to turn off advantage.
Is it dead?
He's got it set to the way he's got it set on his
Can-
character sheet.
Should I bother doing a sneak attack? Oh wait, can I sneak attack him?
No, because it is engaged with your teammate, but you're not hidden, so I don't know how it works.
If he's engaged, then yes, always.
Right, okay, then you've got sneak attack.
Yeah, because I've used the bomb.
As long
I'm just
as
going to
it's
say
engaged, any
you're
ally.
gonna kill it, Donald. So because it's only got 1 HP, so you're gonna kill it regardless. So
I'll
yeah.
still roll it for the sake of it, because yeah.
yeah, he used a knife and he got 6 damage. They've only got 7 HP. Goblins, they're not. I balanced this on the encounter builder to make sure that obviously you're when getting overwhelmed. So that's why there's only 4 of them, and your level as well.
So yeah.
So yeah,
I fucking get that one.
he just falls limp, the same as the previous one.
And then I'll just back up a wee bit.
Okay, using 5 feet of movement or 10, 20. What are you doing?
I think I'll back up like this. So just 5 from
Cool.
there.
It is now our lovely Valeri's turn. What are you doing, bud?
How many are left?
There's 2 goblins left next to Vex. They're on his in front of him and to his right. There is the Null Pack Lord up the very back and the giant direwolf behind Ari.
Okay.
I was thinking catagram, try to reduce numbers.
Well, them damn it! I was gonna do something cool. There's no point.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, Scott.
But, can I? Is there space for me to move behind the dire wolf or no?
I mean, yeah, you can move it. It's just obviously with the map on Incarnate. Yeah,
Yeah.
you can go behind it. There is space there. It's just the trees shown.
Alright.
Um,
I'll fucking move my fat ass behind him.
mhm.
That'd be weird. Um.
Thank you, John.
And you're blessed as well, so.
There is always a gift.
Yeah, I'm just gonna swing at it.
Yeah, cool. Roll for an attack. Yeah, that hits. Because you got advantage as well, because you're flanking. So yeah, that hits. Roll for damage. You get. Is it just 6 flat?
Blessed as well. Does he not get it?
Yep.
That is blessed. Do you add a 1d4 onto your attack?
Nah,
No, it's not on damage. It's only on the attack.
Oh, okay, right. Okay, cool. Cool.
if it was smiting, then you would have more damage.
And smiting. Yeah, is that you?
Because smiting takes up the spell slot.
Is that you, Billy?
That is me, good sir.
Fantastic. It's now the Gobble's turn, and they are very annoyed at the fact that they just
I'm
got their
just-
shit fucking
As
kicked in.
flavor, I'm just gonna like pull the tail of this dial and go like, "Arr, look at me, boy!"
Turns around and snaps at your hand, but you get away with it.
Perfectly fine.
Yep, I'm going to roll at the same time for these two goblins, Vex, since they're right
Yeah.
next to you. So 19 and so 23 plus 10, 14 and 23. Is that
Yeah,
the
they
nine-
both hit.
They both hit, right? Okay, so that is. I'll just write 2d6. So it's 6, 5, Jesus. So that is 8 and 7, so 15 points of slashing damage as the two of them slice at you at the same time. But that is their turn. That was rough. But, you know, they're attacking at the same time due to brevity and getting rid of their turns. Vex, bud, it's now your turn to get revenge.
I'm gonna slice at both of these clowns again
Yeah.
with my action and my bonus action.
I mean, yeah. I want to just say, yeah, they die because they've literally got 1 and 2 HP, but yeah, just go for it.
Remember, you can also still miss.
True. Yeah, okay. 1 misses. You can choose which one you want to kill.
The one in front of me, like to the north,
That one there? Yeah, sure, roll for damage.
Vex just like his face is twisting in a mask of like, absolute fucking rage. His eyes burn red, and he just picks it up with the armature and fucking rips it clean in half.
Nice. All that's in my head is like the image from Dragon Age 2
Oh
with
yeah,
the giant
yeah.
hands,
We go
and he
with
just goes
Paul's just
and
digging.
rips the horn guy in two. Right, is that you? You moving?
Yep, that is me.
Cool, it's now Ari's turn.
Trying to get revenge.
Well, I'm smack this whole right up at the door.
Roll for an attack, you got advantage. What is with you in 25s tonight? Holy shit, yeah, roll for damage. Jesus. And you're raging, aye, as well.
It's just like one off from critting as well. That's 16.
Barbarians, man!
Normal damage,
Fuck. Holy hell!
16 points of damage. Is the fucker dead?
No. He's still
Oh.
standing, but
Yeah.
yeah, as you turn around and smash it across the chest, across the face, its nose and beak, its nose and snout, snap to the left, come back, missing one fang, blood coming out of its jaw's hanging a bit loose, its eyes starting to bulge. Still standing, but it's angry.
He just sees me opposite of the wolf going,
Nice.
nice.
Is that you?
Yeah, hold on. I'm not frenzing, so no, that's good.
I just remembered, John, you've been rolling at disadvantage
Yeah,
because of poison,
because I'm poisoned.
Technically,
Fuck.
Yeah.
or is it just ability checks? Is it ability checks and damage?
It's attack
Let me
rolls
check what
and it's not damage, it's attack rolls and
So there's 7, because he would have got a 12 and a 7.
Yeah, I know.
So that goblin would still be there.
it's attack rolls and ability checks. Yes.
2 and a 10.
Yeah, so that goblin is actually still
You're
alive.
gonna have to bring them back.
But no, it's I'm not gonna do that. It's just
Okay.
that was my mistake, no keeping tabs on that, so that one's still gone.
Oh well.
Yeah, it's now the Direwolf's turn, it's going to take another. It's going to just, after getting cracked right in the jaw, it's going to just take another bite at Ari. It's not got advantage. So that is 18 plus 5, 23 to hit. That hits. Yeah, I didn't even have to ask you if it hits. That is 1, 6, 3, 9. So you take 4 points of piercing damage as it bites into your thigh.
That you already have that.
Yeah, I just halved it because I got 9. So I halved it into 4. And you need to roll a strength saving throw again. Please.
I get a 16.
Oh, you bastard! Oh, so, yeah, you're not knocked prone. Fuck, man, you guys suck the fun out of everything.
That's fun for us, man.
Must have
This is good shit.
You just don't throw enough shit at us.
Well, no, because if I'd done that, I wouldn't be balancing. Yeah, and you would be like, "Are you trying to kill us?"
I will 100% tell you that I would enjoy a risky fight a lot more than this, because this is just whacking moles.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna have another riskier fight in the swamp, but you never went.
Do it,
that.
man. Like, if we die, we die. It's
No,
play
because
the
then
game.
it spoils the fun.
No, it doesn't.
Well, it spoils the backstories that
Let
people
me
have
ask you.
created.
How much fun did you have with the last fight you fought and fight that, you know, like random fucking gropers that fall from the ceiling?
Are you talking about the last fight with the giant, or my teammate attacking me, or the giant kraken that killed 2 of my teammates?
Aside
Yeah,
from
well,
the
what thing are you
last...
talking about, Seb? Because those were horrendous. We're not
But
going
did
down
you-
there, bud.
No.
We're not going down that fucking route.
Just so we know, just so you know, Seb, we know everything that went on because he was messaging us in the process. Like, what the fuck?
Yes, I was telling them to send everything.
I
Like, we needed
literally-
all the backup.
I literally sent the Watcher up in the water at
Yeah, the
from
Watcher,
Lord of
the Watcher from Lord of the Rings, that's essentially what we were fighting. I was only challenge rating 8, insta kills 2 of my teammates.
I had the main body that had 156 hit points, and then I had each tentacle that had, which were 6 of them, with 24 hit points, and they were just like schmack, schmack, schmack.
Jordan, no. Was one of the folk that were instant killed? Was it the one that attacked you?
Yes.
Yes,
There you go.
The bitch got squished and then proceeded
she
to
was
then...
almost permadeath.
Yeah, she should have been permadeath, really.
Should have been permadeath. Yeah.
But-
officially.
Luma was crying, so whatever. It is now... Where am I? It is now the Pack Lord's turn. And seeing all this go down, he's going to take another shot with his longbow.
Bucket.
And yeah, he's going to book it. So he's attacking... That's misses.
What
Yeah,
the
that
fuck
misses.
happened?
What?
I don't know, my game crashed.
Oh,
Who was he
he's
attacking?
attacking at you, but it's 4 plus 5, I think. 4 plus 4, 8, yeah, it misses. And he is just going to run 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I think he's got 40 movement? No, 30 movement. And he is just running the fuck away after seeing his little troop being slaughtered.
He was at this one. He knew. He fucked up.
Exactly. Drin, boy! Now your turn.
So the guys ran, and I'm still under the belief that there is a direwolf here.
There is.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, fine.
Don't
Well,
let him
some-
escape. He's gonna warn the others.
Even if I dash, so you can't get
I'll
him.
shout at my allies.
Nah. Scott?
He might have.
And he's gone.
If I use dash as a bonus action, I can only throw knives at him.
He's 80 feet away from Scott, and he is he's 90 feet away from
yeah,
you,
you can
Donald.
dash as a bonus action, so you can use your movement, your bonus action, and I don't know if you get extra movement as well.
Are you there, Scott?
Nah,
Yeah,
if-
I'm here. I don't know what just happened.
That's fine,
Well,
bud.
that's 60 feet in one turn, and then you can throw a knife at the con.
yeah, so that's all I can do if I'm going to try and bum rush him.
Yeah. So, yeah, it's your turn. Oh, that's an oof.
Yeah,
Yeah, that misses. No.
So I'm assuming a dash is a bonus action to give you an extra 30 feet of movement or whatever
Yeah.
your speed is.
Whatever
yeah,
your
no.
speed is, yeah.
No. Because Dinog is a rogue, he gets to dash as a bonus action, but normally dash is an action.
Yeah.
Yep,
So yeah, Scott, your acid splash misses, bud.
So
doubles
you
your movement.
dash, but you could.
But he gets a D4. Oh no, he doesn't actually, because he's not.
No, he doesn't. I mean, they've got an AC of 14, so I mean, 7 is not gonna do it.
Yeah, and a natural one is always a miss, not regardless.
Yeah.
I've moved
Yeah.
down.
So yeah, that misses. Are you doing anything else? You moving anywhere?
I've moved down.
Right, cool. It is now Dinox's turn.
Right, I shout, do I go after him?
And I'll just like smack this fucking bitch again on his tail.
Did you say yes? Okay.
Yes, I fucking get
Right.
him, boy.
If I dashed up to that tent, would I hear a bit of cover behind that tent?
Yeah, there would be tents surrounding you.
Right, but would I be able to throw a knife?
You would have half cover
So and I'll be able to still hit
because you've
him.
got tents in your way. But yeah, there's a chance. There's a chance.
Right, okay, I'll
What's your tank?
use my bonus action to dash,
Mhm.
so I get into cover here,
Yeah.
and then I'll throw with my normal action. I'll throw a knife at him.
Mhm.
Is he running away looking at us, or is he running
No,
away
he's just
back to us?
booking it.
So would you allow sneak attack on that?
Nah,
No. Okay.
he's just booking it.
Okay, I'll just throw it then.
Cover.
Yeah. Yeah, that hits with. Yeah, holy.
Sure.
I mean, he's not been hit, so he's still full health. But Jesus, these natural 20s coming out tonight is insane.
Cover works in the sense that if a creature is directly next to cover, it counts as cover, but not if someone is throwing from behind cover.
Good to know. Still fucking hit, regardless. Fuck off with your logic.
There is no logic. You
That's
have
fine, John.
power.
Yeah, so yeah, he's lurched over as he's running away and he grunts in pain, but there is obviously no wound from this
Yeah.
this thrown psionic
Heals
blade.
from this really
And
bad
you
headache.
can see him kind of patting at his shoulder where there should be a wound, but his arm is slowly going limp. And he's running, and his arm is just kind of flopping, we'll say. Yeah, is that you?
Yeah, nothing else I could do.
Hit him.
It is now Valeri's turn.
Fucking grand.
Was able to sneak attack on him, maybe, but
Nah, he's still got
Yeah.
full health, and he's got quite a chunky health pool.
Yeah, but that means he gets to roll 4 more d6.
Still probably wouldn't have killed him.
I don't know what his health goes.
49.
Yeah. I'm just gonna swing at this fucking beastie, I guess.
Cool, roll for an attack with advantage.
I will drop my shield for now.
Okay, you're taking it in 2 hands.
Yeah, I'll just like seeing that we're winning this fight, I'll just go like, right, time to end this fucking puppy, and then I'll throw my shield to the ground, grab it with 2 hands, and try and knock it on his ass.
Wow.
Yeah, roll for an attack.
I am going to cast Divine Smite with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get another,
So-
another mulch.
I am going to roll 4 more d8.
Yeah, he's dead. He only had 50
That is-
HP left.
26 points of damage.
Yeah. That's right, what you're gonna do.
Fucking shit.
So like, I take my Warhammer in hand, and I go, right, I'm sick of this fucking doggo. Poof, and just like crack it in the side to like fling it into a tree.
You actually knock it off the ridge in the water and it falls down the 5-foot drop onto like the rocks below.
Love it.
This poor goblin is terrified.
Oh, there's still a goblin.
Yeah, he's standing next to Vex.
Look at it, and I'll say, "You're next, boy."
Oh my god.
And I roll intimidation.
The goblin's leader is nowhere to be seen. This thing should run.
Yeah, roll for an intimidation.
Really wanted to run.
Yeah, it's frightened and it's going to try and run away from the person who is frightening it, and it's now his turn.
I've got a 5.
Yeah.
Finish this.
It's going to run its 30 feet, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. John, roll for an attack, please, of opportunity.
Please.
You're rolling at disadvantage as well, so take the lower number.
Nope.
Yeah, it hits, and it's dead because it's only got 1 HP left, because all you fuckers rolled 6s on damage.
as it fucking runs away, Armature just grabs it, pulls it back at the front, and there's just a smash and a splatter of blood comes at the
Some
bushes.
Jurassic Park vibes.
You just see a pair of legs just fly off into the distance.
So,
Actually,
as
probably
that
really low.
all happened,
He fucks off. I'm assuming.
yeah, he is booking it.
And I'm
all
not
the
chasing
way
him
away.
further. I'm definitely not chasing him further. I'm straight.
Yeah, he's gone. That no,
Is it his turn yet?
I still got move.
it's Vex's turn.
Yeah, so
If you could catch him,
I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna use Harmonize as my bonus action to get rid of all my entropy.
okay.
And then I'm gonna cast
He touched the put him back.
Bloodburst,
I'll put him there. Uh-huh.
which allows me to open a fucking doorway to the realm of blood.
Can you see him?
Is he in range? Is
Yeah,
a
he's
better
in range.
question.
He's quite
He's gonna
far.
be in range. I know where he was, so I can open. I'm gonna open a portal here, which should be within 60 feet. Open the doorway here, and then
Right.
let the blood just rush forth. So he's got to make a Constitution saving throw against my spell save, which is DC 13.
Ha, no. Rolled 7.
So he takes 2d8 thunder damage. So oh, it's actually fire damage. I should have changed that.
I changed the music because I forgot about him. 7. Okay.
And now he's blind.
Oh yeah, and now he's blinded, so he's gonna stumble into a fucking swamp blinded. Okay, he's still running. He's still running, he's still hoofing it. It's now Ari's turn.
Right.
Ari, what you want to do, bud?
You may be able to hit him if for disadvantage hits high enough. If you have a javelin.
Yeah, you can throw a javelin at disadvantage and
I'm
potential.
blessed.
Yeah, so you would just roll a d4.
Or
So
Or
Yeah,
Your
it's
movement-
technically
yeah.
long range, so you could try.
yeah, it's
Yeah,
going
he's
to be
got
long
30,
range
between
and
30 and 120 feet, so you can throw a javelin if you want, but since it's out of the 30 feet, you would be rolling at disadvantage plus your d4. Yeet. Yeah, that connects. Fuck me, roll damage.
You think he would get away? Unscathed.
+2.
Full damn. Okay.
Wait, is it all? Or is it just melee?
I don't know. Check your rage.
You rolled a 6 on that 1d6.
It's
This is
just
all
melee.
physical damage. So what
It's all physical damage.
Yeah, so as you're throwing this javelin in rage, it runs through and it smashes into the back of his calf. He's still going to try and run on his turn, which is now,
He's just
Yeah,
running like this.
but he is blinded as well. So he's just going to still haul arse
Out of range.
out of range of everybody.
Okay.
Stumbling into all forms of trees.
he's probably going to get eaten by a giant worm.
Probably there is a valid chance.
He's blinded for. Oh, he's briefly blinded.
It's
so
a
you
melee
probably
weapon
see by
attack.
now.
Yeah. So
Melee weapon,
for-
so it's just the 10 then.
That's fine. He's gone. He's just. He thought, yeah, easy pickings.
He though.
Easy pickings of taking this random half orc out, and then suddenly hell broke loose from the tree line and started eviscerating his group of.
Hi, friend.
So,
Micah Shepherd's like, you get back here, you piece of shit!
as you stand on the beach overseeing the dead bodies of the recent battle with beasts, they all lie in pools of their own blood. Sadly, you can make out from exploring this beach that they were not the only victims on this beach to have died. What you see in this camp is a small group of fishermen that seem to have been out showing their families how to fish properly when they were ambushed. You can make out a few men, women and children, but their body parts have been strewn across the now blood-soaked field. There is a sizable boat docked on the small ramp that leads out into the water. You can assume that this is what they use to travel here and to ply their trade. The villagers knew not the dangers of this beach. So, what do you want to do?
I'm assuming it was the gobbles that killed them.
Yeah, the people that the monsters that you just killed those people.
Do I collect any of my javelins?
You could.
Yeah, you could, yeah.
You could take some
Yeah, I'm
time
gonna
to
collect
collect
2
them.
javelins.
Cool. Well,
Well,
yeah,
when
you'll have to.
Is the javelin that caught the guy in the leg back out, or is it stuck to him?
no, okay, yeah. Did he pull it out before he ran off?
No, he was stumbling about the shop.
Right.
So he's
what,
He
still
was still got a javelin in his fucking calf.
There's a
He's
nose
like-
ruined with a javelin in his leg.
Seething blood in his eyes and a
I'm
javelin.
going to make him an NPC for later. My God, yes.
He's coming back with a passion like an
Oh,
army
he was
of
coming back with a
fucking-
motherfucking vengeance.
He didn't like the nemesis system on
Like, we're just casually like, just casually having some breakfast and suddenly like
He's using the javelin as a weapon.
somebody comes inside the tavern. There's an army of hobgoblins outside. Wait, what?
The one leg, one a loogie half knoll.
Oh no, that's what I want. I want it to come back, but like with the leg chopped off, but the javelin is his prosthetic.
The
leg.
javelin,
got like
the
a wooden
javelin's
leg.
javelin's actually its walking stick.
Yeah.
He's using it as a fucking cane. So,
I want
as you
to-
stand amidst all the bodies of the blood-soaked field, what do you want to do?
Can I
I burst into
investigate to
tears.
see if anybody's like, wait, I don't know if they're alive or dead, but if anybody's been like, if there's like blood trails or tracks showing like somebody's been dragged off into the forest.
It's literally just where this campsite is.
It's just
Is
nobody's been pulled away.
no, nobody's been pulled away. It's just the direwolf stalked out of the large tent, essentially.
No. Can I check inside the large tent?
Yeah,
See-
go for it. Yeah. So as you go inside,
I'll go.
the sight would scar a normal person, but for you, it's just a normal Monday. We'll say,
Just a
yeah.
normal Monday.
What you see inside is like 2 grown men ripped in two, their entrails spread across the ground, children's bodies also underneath them as the men tried to shield the children. On the other side of the tent is two grown women that have also had their insides ripped out as well. What do you want to do?
Vex is on to say his face is just like stone fucking cold.
Mm-hmm.
What do you
Like
wanna
you
do?
can tell with the sort of like lights are burning in his eyes, he's not amused.
Can I just investigate the inside for the like documents and stuff, or just anything that could be interesting to check out?
Can I help him with that?
Are you?
Can I check some of the can I check some of the bodies, please?
Aye, so at the same time as Vex and Denoc are looking for documents of sorts, is that what you're looking for?
Yeah, just looking to
Yeah,
see
just-
if they've
Aye.
got anything to help identify or what
Right,
the,
okay,
what the
and-
business is here for.
And Drin is searching their bodies.
Yes.
So, Drin, roll me an investigation check, and you guys, as you walk around the corpses and try not to disturb the remains, you don't find anything that necessarily states their business here. It's just what you can discern as a fishing trip, basically, a family fishing trip from somewhere. That's fine. What you find is on one of the male bodies, as you're like looking him over, it has a wedding ring, and
Right.
it's like a kind of. It looks. It's on his wedding finger. It looks wooden, but it's beautifully inscribed with what you can read as Elvish. It's got Elvish writing on it, and it says, since you can read it, it says, "As we wait here for calm seas, I will not shirk my duty. I will not flee from beasts of the sea. In the seafarer I trust." That's what's on his wedding ring.
Do you post it?
That's a big ass motherfucking ring.
Well, no, it's in Elvish, so obviously it's elven writing to go around the thing itself. Give me a second, because I'm reading it from my tablet.
So I'll add that to my inventory then, am I taking that?
Well, yeah, you can tell them if you want, or if you want to find out what it is.
I do kind of want to find out what it is. Is anyone in the team able to check now?
Sorry?
Any magical properties to it?
If we want to, oh well,
I'm
it's
not
like,
there,
we can
not
tell that
sure.
it's magical. You should be able to tell that it's magical, but you can't tell if, like, what it does. So, it's like Jordan, is the ring magical at all?
Yeah.
The ring is magical, yes.
Right, so
It is, right, so we can feel some kind of power from it.
yeah, so if you want to find out what it does, you're gonna have to spend a short rest finding out what it does.
That's what the inscription says. And if Valeri, are you there with them?
No, I'm on the pier.
Right, okay. That's fine now. That's a different kettle entirely then. Yeah, and maybe a second, there was something else. I also, on top of that investigation, you find another small bag that has 4 smaller red vials of a lighter red liquid, an amulet of sorts that has like a silver chain and like a tankard on it, little tankard that looks like a for drink, for ale, plus 45 gold, 50 silver and 10 copper, and you can distribute that as you see fit.
Do we
Can
really want to take?
can Drin tell if
money
the
from-
amulet is magical?
Aye, like that. Aye. So I made a spell mistake on the Seafarer. It was just basically without the eye, I think. Aye, without the eye. Is it, Seb? It's not how I wrote it, but it's fine.
No, I know it's yeah, it sounds different, but you write it as seafarer. Because fair, Faer means, you know,
Yeah, I know.
beautiful.
Right. So that's fine. Just take the eye out of Farer. That's cool. Did you say, is the amulet magical?
Yeah, does Drin know if the amulet
Aye,
is
anyway,
magical?
Sean. Yes, you also get magical vibes from the amulet as well.
Okay.
So I've found the ring, he's found the amulet. Yeah.
Oh no, you've found.
No, you
both.
found it all, because you found
That's
both.
why I said if you
Right.
felt it. You need
Yeah,
to ask these
absolutely.
things. Like if you start picking up like jewellery or clothing items, you have to ask if they're magical so that you can learn about them.
Ring and amulet, yeah, I'm just taking notes.
Yeah. So the ring is wooden in design with elven writing. I would have had Valeri make a check, but he's not actually with the group. So, yeah, you don't know what that means yet. And an amulet that has like a tankard meant for like ale on it, just a small one, like a pendant, is plus the gold.
I'll walk it. And do I see him like holding these items?
Scott?
Yeah, you do. I've picked them up.
What
I'll
you
make you
found?
aware that I have them.
What have you found with your Drin?
So, appears to be some elvish inscripted ring, and an amulet has a tankard of some kind of cup.
You can also, since you read Elvish, you can also choose to tell them what's inscribed on the ring as well if you wanted.
The ring has Elvish. It says, "As we wait here for calm seas, I will not shirk my duty. I will not flee from beasts of the sea, and the seafarer I trust." Anyone know anything about that?
I don't, but sounds.
I think I would, but I'm not there.
Yeah, you would, but you're not there.
It sounds.
Can someone
sailorish.
call on our paladin friend?
Yeah, I think the lady might know something.
I am so yeah. For you guys' perspective, after the battle, I would have walked onto the pier, kind of looked out at. Is it? We're looking into sort of like a larger lake, but
You're looking onto the coastal expanse channel that leads from the Bright Sea into the coastal expanse itself.
So yeah,
so
I'm looking across the
For
water.
an easier perspective, yous are here, down the bottom. So this is this
okay.
here is the Silver Channel, this bit here. Oh, sorry, no, the coastal channel, and then this is the coastal expanse, and that's the Bright Sea to the left.
Yeah, so we're in a trade route effectively.
Essentially, yes, you're in the main, like, transport. Like, think of the English Channel.
Right.
It's pretty much like that. It's the main way out of the coastal expanse to the main Bright Sea, and vice versa. That's how the Summer Coast trade families trade their wares through that route.
Freezing this is a short rest. I'm going to roll some hit dice because I'm kind of fucked up.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
take
so
your time to
just-
wait for the loggers to catch up as well.
Is this ending it? Okay.
Yeah, this
Yeah,
is
I'm
basically
gonna-
where they wanted to get to. It's just they never, obviously,
Used
weren't
to.
expecting that to happen.
Alright, so if we're taking a short rest, I'll go to Drim and say, do you want to find out what these items do?
Indeed.
I'll take the amulet and you find out what the ring
Fucking
does.
raised 3.
So yeah.
Hold on, Scott. I will tell you what the ring does first of all. But you, like I says, you can choose to tell people if you want to tell people. You don't actually have to tell them what it is, just to let you know.
Okay. How do you restore your health again?
And you have to roll a hit dice.
So
Yeah, so you just click on the hit dice in your character sheet.
that's the ring.
That's better.
And that is the amulet that you found.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, no worries, Sean. We'll leave it here.
Yeah, okay.
Once once Scott reads what the things do.
the lady can also attune to his hat now.
Yeah, Valeria can also tune to his hat. Yeah, exactly. So yeah,
It's the
Um,
weirdest image. A fucking 6'4",
yeah,
like,
it's a very strange
infernal,
You wanted it.
like bastard with like a fedora.
image. Yeah, so it's up to yourself, Scott, if you want to tell them what the stuff does.
No, I'll keep it to myself for the moment.
Wait, did he do
Okay.
both?
Yeah, check. Yeah.
I think you can only do one at a time, but I'll be.
Oh, right. Okay.
That's
Well,
fine. Don't worry about it.
it's your choice as to what one you found out just now.
That's
Until
what
we
I
pick
said.
up
I
next
took
week.
the amulet to find out what the amulet does.
That's fine. Well, we can make it a long rest here until we catch up with and I'll get I'll get Denoc make a perception check if we're leaving it here for the night then.
Hold on. I didn't mention.
There's like a bit of a long rest then.
Yeah, because Claire's away. That's fine.
That's no worries.
Claire's away to her bed, so we'll leave it there for the
Oh,
night.
we're sleeping in the dead bodies tent.
No, you can move down fucking here. And take
yeah.
it from there.
Then I quickly, so I'm like, like programming and washing my armor bit off with some seawater,
Mm-hmm.
and then I want to jump onto the boat. What does the boat
Okay.
look like?
The boat, it's fairly sized. It's a kind of boat that's been designed to go across the coastal expanse for fishing. So it probably needs about 7 or 8 people to crew effectively.
Okay.
Like
Yeah,
fishermen, it's
awesome.
designed to haul fish, but it's not like a sailing boat. But between the 5 of yous, especially with your background, Valeria, you 5 will be able to effectively sail this because of where you grew up and where you were trained and all that kind of stuff. So you have got a lot of knowledge that you can impart. So the 5 of you can sail this boat, but there is like a small mast that comes up. It's just a 1-mast schooner kind of thing, with the 6 oars on either side, plus the small cabin which leads under, which has a few like 4 hammocks underneath. But that's it.
Is there anything on the ship that's of interest?
There's fishing nets, fishing cages, fishing rods, many of them, lots of them actually. There's nothing else inside. The kind of the beasts that you killed seemed that they ransacked it, and that's what was inside, like the gold and the amulet. Pardon me. But there's like spare clothes, quilts, pillows, hammocks, fishing rods, fishing cages, nets, that kind of stuff. Some birds are perching on the top of the mast and stuff like that. There's repair kits for repairing if there's damage to the boat as well, or damage to the mast. There is patchwork things to use to repair as well.
Okay.
Can I check these barrels?
Do you want to smash them, or do you want to inspect them?
Inspect.
Right. Okay. Roll me an investigation check then, bud. How did you get 0?
He is minus
got
1 to his
minus
int.
1.
Jesus Christ.
Pretty wood.
Yeah.
He gets distracted by the seagulls.
You see barrels, my friend.
He goes to look in them.
No,
And then he gets
basically
distracted
what
by a
happens,
bird.
right? He looks at the barrel, and then he hears the seagull, and he starts looking
Yeah. Yeah. These would have been the barrels and some of the sacks that were taken off of the boat. Just so you're aware as well. So you okay, and you smash them and fish fly everywhere. Just salted fish go right back into the sea. As you smash one of them. And be free. Not alive, my bud. Sorry.
He doesn't know that with that intelligence check. He has
No, you
clue.
don't. Fuck all. And you level up to level 4.
It's so adequate as well.
shit.
Wait, did you say level 4?
Yeah, man.
On a more somber note for a finish, Vex is so he looks around at the carnage. It's kind of reminding him of a certain place where there was a lot of bloodshed.
Yeah.
So I'm going to spend some time burying the bodies before it's kind of.
Reroll. Valeri. Reroll that, bud.
That's a brutal one.
That's
Slightly better.
really nothing much better.
I'm
Take-
done
take
for the
the-
night.
take the
I'm
number,
out.
take the
I'm out. Nah, mate, I'm done.
Yes!
Holy shit.
Oh,
So
you
done.
were not with a full 8.
I'm so
Nice.
done.
Wait,
I'll
what?
I give up
You
on life.
leveled up. So you roll your hit dice to increase your health.
That is
Oh.
mental.
Wait, no. Wait the now.
That's the
Are you-
D10
You
plus my
motherfucker. I mean, I guess you get my bet, like, karma from my bet luck, so whatever.
Oof.
It's not like
And
I'm
that's
the tank
plus-
or anything.
And that's 14 because that's another 2
Right,
points.
reroll.
Are you-
Scott, reroll.
Oh, okay.
Just
Well,
because you got a
well,
natural
I have-
1, just
3 more hit points. Woo!
yeah, just reroll another hit dice.
I hate my
That's-
life right now.
Oh my god, how jealous are you right now,
Fuck
bud?
all of you! Fuck all of you!
No,
I'm out.
I add
Fuck
7
this
in
shit.
health.
I'm done.
You add 7 health to your maximum hit pool. So your total health is now increased by 7.
Guess who's getting eyeballs at the back of their head?
Okay. Valeria is sitting on that pier, fucking raging.
He's
Nah, I mean, in a way, it makes sense because Valeria is very, for no apparent reason, just looking a little somber and just staring out into the ocean or the sea or whatever, or the canal, whatever the fuck it
Is
is.
your patron the seafarer?
Well,
I can't remember.
we haven't really talked about that yet. I've been still working on that. There's a couple.
I think the
so
problem
technically,
with like you being a DM in the middle of the week and me being a DM in the fucking end of the week is like hard for us to.
Alright, that's
Talk
ability
about
score
stuff.
improvement time, or
Oh yeah, you can also pick a feat,
or a feat. Oh,
a feat,
like,
or
that.
upgrade your ability scores. So the only feats I'm not allowing, because they're fucking insane and annoying as fuck. Alert and lucky. Don't like them. They're not in it. So alert and lucky are out, but the rest are in.
Okay, look through and decide.
And I'll help you tomorrow, Scott, if you want, or if you want to help, if you want me to help you just now. With a feat.
We'll do it
Sure,
later.
sure.
If you're not busy, I'll phone you later or something.
Aye, that's no bother, that's no bother.
Gordon.
Hmm?
It's either a feat, we get 2 ability points. You can put.
Yeah, so you could put like 1 point in strength or 2 points in strength, for example. Or you could take a feat. My recommendation is you take a feat because feats can be really good. You're oh right. The way my pal got me to roll my high level one was take a feat at level 4, take a feat at level 8, take a feat at level 12 or something like that, and then upgrade your ability score at 16. Because feats are really good. 50. Okay. That's some
Tough,
fucking
man, it's-
heavy
oh,
HP. I told you, tough is great, innit?
Holy fuck.
Did you add the bonus HP from tough?
Yeah, because it was 12 plus the 2. So,
So 14 in total. Oof. That's like nearly fucking half of Donald's health.
holy shit.
Fuck, man.
To be fair though, if I get into more situations like what I was in there, I'm going to need it.
Yeah, also if
What?
tough, the
Oh,
feat
okay.
tough. If you wanted to take that the now, by the way, Valeria, you would get a chunky health back. Chunky health, just saying. The way tough works.
I don't like the feat because it's, you know.
Well, that's. I'm just saying. Yeah. So, yeah, you're now level 4. You would have been level 4 at the end of this, but like I was going to have another wee bit where you get back to the town. But since you've got to go off because Claire's in her bed, you would have been level 4 when you go back to the town.
Wait, but tough only gives you twice your level, so I don't know how he's coming up with 14.
Well, he
No,
rolled.
it's I rolled fucking the full D10 plus my Constitution modifier. Which
Oh,
is 12,
you're
and you get-
adding.
Yeah,
yeah, you
plus
get to-
plus the 2 from tough. So you got 14 HP.
Oh, Christ, if I got 51 HP from leveling up, I'm like, right, I'm done. This is broken. Bye.
Yeah, if that was the case, I'd be throwing many things at you. But yeah, I had fun.
Right, I'll end
That was really good.
Yeah.
is next.
At least I know for next week, I'll be able to throw in the other encounter.
I'm just gonna type this in.
I mean, you might as well not, because it's fucking 3